Hey everyone, hi! It is I, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. And I have some things on mute, and I should have them not on mute. Hold on. Commit cursor. So the thing about Night in the Woods, where's my cursor? There it is that, so the thing about Night in the Woods, did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did. Let's see. You should be able to hear the Night in the Woods music now, yeah? Yeah? So the thing about Night in the Woods is that when it is full screen, I no longer have control over my cursor. It is a thing that is problematic. And so that, anyway, yes. So first off, hello Atomica and Ice Bunny and Krellin and Levi. And oh, Hey, look at those badges. Those badges, I just found out about them because people on Twitter talk. Those badges are for the people who were like your first subscribers on the channel. Like they're your founding members. So if you are, because I'm an affiliate, and not a partner, the first 10 original subscribers get this special badge for being, like founding members of the Foxhole, which is like super cool. Like, that's awesome. I saw somebody posting about it and that made me happy. I also have a toothpick, which makes me feel like an old gangster from the 1940s. And I got the toothpick when I was in the dining hall because I got food. Krellin, let me tell you, I ate that food very fast. It was a very fast sort of eating situation, but I did it, and I ate some food. Hello, Salad Skin. Wait, Sal, why do you have sneezes and headaches? I don't approve of you having sneezes and headaches, and I would like whatever is going on that is giving you the sneezes and the headaches to go away and to forthwith and henceforth vacate your body. Be gone with whatever virus or bacteria or whatnot is causing it. That's what I'm saying. Also, it's good to see you, Sal. Also, I wonder how Dema's doing. Levi's like, you ate before 10 p.m.? I'm so proud. I did. I had breakfast before 10. Yeah. You can't be a gangster from the 1940s. You're not saying yeah and see after every sentence. No, you're right. See, Krellin? You're right. I can't be a 1940s gangster, see? Because I ain't saying yeah and see after every sentence. Capiche? I dink im dick. I don't even know what that means, Sal. I don't even know what that means. It was a good breakfast. I had like a lovely breakfast 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna just tell you that I've got a physical thing going on. I think I'm thick. You think you're sick? I'm so sorry, Sal. Don't be sick. I think I pulled a muscle in my back, but I don't know what I did. I don't think I was doing anything weird. And Krellin will just say that it's because I'm old, but I'm not old in my mind. So I'm not old. My body might be old, but I'm not old. I think I'm sick is pronounced as someone with congestion. Do they cook everything from scratch? Yes, they do, Ice Bunny. Our dining hall cooks everything from scratch, and they even have a bakery on site. So if they ever serve cake or whatever, that was also baked from scratch. Hey, Cyclonus, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Sal says, hey, Trooper, are you free to put arrows into targets literally any day this weekend? Because I have other friends doing that with Mrs. Sal and I this weekend. I wish, however, this Sunday is my monthly Call of Cthulhu game, which means I'm full all day. And then Saturday, after stream, I'll be playing Pathfinder, the card game, with my crew, and we only get to play once every couple of months because one of our members lives in Florida and we can only play when she comes up. from Florida, and so we will be playing. So Saturday is Pathfinder and Sunday is Call of Cthulhu, and then Monday I think all day will be madly trying to get all of my class prep done for Tuesday. I know, pre-existing obligations. I am so sorry, because I would love to do some arrow shooting because that sounds super fun. So please keep me in mind for the next time you're doing arrow shooting, because that sounds super exciting. I have never shot the arrows, but I would like to do so. I think that would be fun. Also, Embara Garwin says, donuts. Speaking of which, now I want donuts. Diving in and out of a cockpit in a panic will do that, Trooper. Your Ice Bunny's dining hall also makes everything from scratch, and not everything does. Not everything does. Sadly, I think we have a lot of dining halls in universities now that are going through some outside. What do you call them? Contractors that, you know, where the food may not be the best, but we've got good food here. And I also recognize how difficult it is to get, like, I mean, our dining hall, they've got food for people who keep kosher, who keep halal, who are Jainist. Like, we have food options for lots of different religious dietary restrictions, but also for, you know, allergy dietary restrictions. And so there's like, they have like a wide variety of food every time, and good for them. Levi says, I feel like 3 days ahead is asking Trooper last minute. And it sounds like I should have thought ahead. But if I'd known ahead, then I could, you know, I would have worked it out. Ice Bunny says, tonight it is Friday. It's culture night, and this weekend is both Viking Con and NordCon, and then I have next week fall break. I have a good time celebrating Vikingness and Nordishness, and then have a lovely fall break. I was just chiding you, making you dumb joke up. Oh, yeah, my life. Atomica says, speaking of food, I'm going to a Chowder Fest this weekend. Ooh. You know, it's a holiday, right? It's a holiday. Like the Monday's a holiday, right? Oh, I think it's Indigenous Peoples Day. I was like, which holiday is it? I'm actually doing a thing this weekend, going to a concert on Friday with a friend. Ooh. Well, what's the concert, Levi? And Mr. Game and Frog says, hey, Franz, yum chowder. I prefer corn chowder because I'm unrefined. I don't know. I feel like, why is corn chowder unrefined? I feel like that can be refined. I value the corn chowder situation. Let's see if I can get the music back again. All right. Did Boston Mass rename Columbus Day too? I don't know if Boston or Mass did, but our university did. So our university, we have renamed it Indigenous Peoples Day for our university. I don't know if the whole state has, though. It's Tommy Cash, an Estonian rapper, opening for Oliver Tree. Oh, that sounds fun. Levi, will you report back on how the concert was? Because I'm interested. And Bar Garwin says, most dining halls have fish options on Lent. Friday bit, that's fair, but that's fair comment. Yeah, like we try to have, I think a lot of them do, try to have food that is accessible to people, because people would complain, rightly so. Toad says, I don't know. I've been conditioned to think everything with seafood in it is more fancy. Doesn't make it so obviously. You know, I have Mr. Game and Frog, so Toad. Oh. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the next the same, I drop them both, then say the name like Bob. Bob drop the B's, Bo, Ob, or Fred. Fred drop the F's, fo, red, or Mary. Mary drop the M's, mo, airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Be boodle floof, be boodle floof, be boodle floof. Bo, e boodle floof, banana, fana, fo, fee, foodle floof. Fee, fi, mo, me, moodle floof. Be boodle floof. Thank you for that resub, Be Boodle. That is like pretty awesome. And yay for 11 months. I was seeing what the message was, and like heart back to you. Now see, but oh, hold on. I need to like get back to where's my cursor? Here we go. All right, because people were saying things while I was singing, and then like I didn't get to see what it says. Mr. Game and Frog, Toad, I had a thought about seafood and fanciness. Sal says, I don't know, but you know, with all the raping, slave trading, and murder, I'm okay with that fraud's contributions being erased from history books with extreme prejudice. At least, like, maybe actually saying what actually happened, you know what I mean? Most of my thoughts will be about crowds and anxiety, but I'll do my best. Oh, hey, I hope you can enjoy it, and just, you know, give some good thoughts, Levi. Yay, 11 months. New Mexico has officially dropped Columbus Day this year. Oh, that's good, Krellin, because Columbus was kind of awful. He was a terrible person. I better not ask if the coffee is good. I don't know how good the cafeteria at law school or pastor school is, but the humanities is one place, vegetarian food only, and animals on the menu, and they even make good filtered coffee. I have no idea because I do not drink coffee, so I don't even know. I can't even say, hi Kulan, how are you? I need a chipper energy my life today. Yay! Mass is starting to transfer from Columbus to Indigenous, but it's city by city. Oh, interesting. And Viking comments about RPGs. Oh, well, that's interesting. So here was the thing I was thinking about, Toad, Mr. Game and Frog, about things with seafood seeming more fancy than things without and how that might not even be accurate. What I think is super interesting is I have a sense of things that are fancy or not fancy, but I know they're in no way based in reality either. 3 weeks until funding announcement. Ooh, I've got a deadline for a fellowship tonight. So after I finish streaming tonight, I'm going to be sort of working on fellowships, also hosting Critical Role, but while I'm hosting, I'm also going to be working on this fellowship that I'll be doing for the National Humanities Research Center at UNC, I think it is. So that's what I'm doing tonight. But good luck. I press my thumbs for you, Kulan, for the funding announcement. I hope you get it. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing my exercises right now. That's one of the reasons why I'm like hanging out, chatting with you. Our giveaway for today is Nairi, Tower of Shirin, which is a kawaii point-and-click logic puzzler. That is our giveaway for today. Oh, right. So here's the thing about fanciness, right? I know that what I think of as fancy is or not fancy is probably not at all in any way based in reality of anything, but just the kind of perceptions I had growing up, which I know are incorrect. You have to sign up in advance for VikingCon, and I heard about it yesterday through the Pathfinder Society. Oh, that's cool. I'm working on a backup to submit that in December. Yeah, I'm planning on submitting. I've already submitted 3 fellowship applications. I want to hit my 4th tonight, and then there'll be more coming up as well. I mean, it's just whatever. So, example about fanciness. So, are you ready? In my mind, the least fancy jelly is strawberry. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a F, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Atomica, 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 bo, batomica, banana, fana, fo, fatomica, fi, fi, mo, matomica. Atomica. Thank you so much for the resub, Atomica. It is much appreciated. Can I request my friend Pyra's name to be sung? Sure. Pyro, pyro, bobiro, banana, fana, fofiro, fee, fi, momaro. Pyro. That's two. That's two. Fancy jelly isn't even a jelly, it's elderberry preserves. See, I feel like that's probably true. Strawberry jelly is also my least fanciest jelly. Top is raspberry. Right, so okay, so this is what I feel, right? Like when I think about like least fancy jelly, I think about strawberry because those are the ones that you see all the time in the stores. Sal says it's probably more based on your local conditions, fair growing up. Right. If you're told rich people eat lobster, then lobster is fancy. And if you always have strawberry jelly, it's the most pedestrian, least kind of fancy jelly imaginable. Exactly, right? Toad says, in my mind, the most fancy jelly is marmalade because of the syllable count, I think, hard to pin down, but it was also rare in my house. Right. And I see, these are my feelings. Like, I think that strawberry is the least fancy. And then I think grape jelly is like one step above strawberry, but still pretty low on the fancy count. And then like raspberry, apricot are like fancy jellies, but then marmalade is like even more fancy. But then like elderberry would be like the fanciest because like I never see it. Oh, yeah. And I think that syllable count does help marmalade be more fancy. And Pyro, welcome in. Hey, thank you for hanging out with us, even if you're watching live in the real life. Although same symbols as strawberry, but strawberry jelly has more, but also like marmalade. Okay, but then this is also about bias, and B Boodle and Kulan are gonna be like, what? But in the United States, things that seem British just seem fancier to us. So marmalade seems more British, and therefore it makes it seem more fancy. So like we have weird things that make things like tea and crumpets seems fancier than biscuits and tea. Right? That's just like we have like, you know, yeah, like loose leaf tea versus cheapest bag tea, fancy scale. Totally. I didn't get it, but I love it anyways. All being said, says Sal, grape is the least fancy for me. Apple, the best of all possible, the most fancy. Oh, apple's pretty fancy, I think, as a jelly. For me, like grape and strawberry are pretty tied when it comes to least fancy, but apple jelly seems super, super fancy. Lemon and lime marmalade is fancier than orange marmalade. Oh, I would agree. Also, just being marmalade puts you on a higher fancy level. And it's just like perception of fancy, right? But yes. Eldritch Berry for the October season. Eldritch Berry, if you eat it, you go mad and you summon Dread Cthulhu. Ice Bunny says, fancy are the jams I can't get in Denmark and had in my time in Germany, cherries and pineapple jam. Oh, cherry is fancy. Cherry is a fancy one. I don't think I've ever had pineapple. That seems super fancy to me as well. B Boodle says, I'm the least fanciest person ever. B Boodle, you're British, so automatically you've just got extra fancy points. Like, that's just... Fancy points is different from fancy pants. But like, there's like, it's just this sort of like, it's a funny thing, right? I am fascinated by these things, which I know are bogus, right? Like, I know they're silly. I know they're not true. But I also know that like those things feel like the idea that if there's seafood in it, it's fancier than if there's not seafood. Right? You do marmalade, that stuff is bitter. Actually, I've never had marmalade. I don't know whether or not marmalade is I don't know. I've never had it. I've never had marmalade. Hello, Atomica. I see your spoopy dots. I love it. I cannot ever divorce marmalade from New Orleans, my mind. And since New Orleans is practically synonymous with Mardi Gras, which is like a big party, marmalade is party jelly. Party Creole Lady Marmalade. I'm reminded of Daphne's brothers from Frasier and Rose being like so refined, right? Yes, of course. And we're so funny because in the U.S. imagination, like they're not working class British people somehow, and if there are working class British people, they're still fancy. Americans are just silly. I'm just noting it. Seafood is fancy because I live in a landlocked desert state, but seafood is not fancy if you live on a coast. Right, exactly. And that I think is always just really interesting, how whether or not something is fancy or not is just part of your perception of like rarity, scarcity. Yes, actually, Lady Marmalade is exactly why that clicks in my head. See, I'm here for you, Sal. Spoopy. Seafood is fancy here because we have to sell it to the tourists. Oh, see? You're fancy? Oh, cool on. Of course you're fancy. If you're from the UK or the British Isles, you're like automatically +3 on the fancy scale. It's like a magic item. It's like, oh, okay. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say it, and I know that people get really like upset about these things. There's all these debates on the internet about it. Blah 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 blah. But if this were D&D, which is made in the US, so it still counts, all British people would get like a +2 to fanciness nationality stat. And and also that is so silly, but it makes me laugh. Actually, I just think that Europeans get a +2 fancy stat, just generally speaking. Yeah, for the US, if you're in Europe, you get like a +2 fancy stat. That's all. Here's the weird thing. Iggy Azalea isn't fancy, but Krellin, she said she was fancy. She said we already knew this about her. Hi, Jer. How are you? It is good to see you. We're talking about how for people in the US, Europeans automatically get a +2 fancy aura, an aura of fanciness. Maybe they get advantage on fanciness. Okay, so here's the thing I was saying. I was asking about, yeah, she is Australian. She is, but she also sang that song Fancy. No, she's totally Australian, and she's got like she's super Australian. Control is fancy, and he has a fancy accent. See? Fancy. Ooh. So here's a question that the non-Americans in this room can perhaps answer. Yes, the dapper merit. Like, I feel like Europeans just get the dapper merit. So the thing is about, like, in the US, there's so many accents that we think are super, like, oh, we like them. We think, oh, that's a really great accent. We think that's a pretty accent. And, everyone's all like, kind of excited about accents. Like, does anybody like the US accent? Are there any people out there who are not from the US who are like, oh, American accents? Oh, yeah, they're so fun. We love them. They're so cool. Like, I don't know if anybody likes American accents, but like, we like accents all the time. We're like, oh, that Italian accent, how great is that? Oh, that French accent, how great is that? Oh, that British accent, how great is that? Like, we love people's accents. But like, does anybody, like, we love Australian accents too. Does anybody love our accents? That's my question. I bet nobody does. I bet everybody just mocks the American accent and nobody loves us. Oh, B Poodle says Southern accents are kind of sexy. Okay, somebody, all right, right? Can't the Australian and the New Zealander get the +2? The Germans maybe +1. The rest of the Europeans get +3 fancy points. Maybe. When I was in Germany, some folks claimed to really like my accent. Ooh, Levi. Yeah, the American accent, like, isn't there like a dozen American accents? True, but it's the same thing with the UK. It's not like England has only one accent. They've got like a gazillion. Atomic says my favorite accent is Scottish. I knew somebody in Germany who was doing American studies at university, and he worked so hard to get an American accent, not a British accent, because for him, British accents were fancy, and he wanted to be like of the people. So he wanted to make sure that he spoke with an American accent, not a British accent, which I thought was really interesting. Oh, Irish accents are very nice. I do like that. I speak with the fake mid-Atlantic accent, though. Oh, that's quite rare nowadays. Not many people speak with that mid-Atlantic accent. I learned it in drama school when I was taking drama classes, but like it's not that common anymore. So awesome. Irish is good too. Jacksepticeye sounds sexy to me. Sal says, when living in Japan, my girlfriend at the time, an Aussie, really, really loved my accent. Apparently, she thought my glottal stops were captivating. Oh, well, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's interesting. I'm glad to know that there are some people out there who think, oh, that American accent, that's pretty, that sounds sexy. Because, I feel like everybody's accent should be thought of as being sexy by somebody at some point in time, because that's nice. There was something else I wanted to tell you all. Oh, what do I want to tell you? Oh, we started back up with Purloin Code, Scum and Villainy, and we will be doing that every Wednesday for the next, I think we've got 3 more Wednesdays of the Purloin Code over on Little Red Dot's channel. I am streaming today, of course. I'll be hosting Critical Role while doing fellowships, and then I'll be streaming Horizon Zero Dawn on Saturday. And what else? Levi says, I actually have a Western Pennsylvania accent. You were messing with me. Anything is better than the Birmingham accent. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I totally thought you said purloined coats. I want purloined coats. They'd be sort of really fancy coats. I don't know. But the coat of the purloiner would be a magic item that you would give to rogues in D&D or anything else. Ice Bunny says, I had one American who could hear the German in my English, and usually people consider me to be from the UK. I generally don't have a Boston accent, but occasionally it shows itself. Oh, see, I actually quite like the Boston accent. I know that people, I think it's actually, I can't do it. It's really quite hard to do. I'd have to spend some time studying it because it's not easy. And if you do it wrong, you just sound like you're from Brooklyn, and that's not how you're supposed to sound. B. Boodle says the Brummie accent is kind of meh. She had German friends. The Germans in the exchange program spoke English with British accents because that's what their teachers taught. Yes. When I taught English in Germany, I was part of a language school, and their policy was that each class was taught by two different teachers. Like, we would trade off, and one of the rules was that the teachers had to have different accents. So I would be teaching, and my teaching partner would be somebody from New Zealand or somebody from Ireland or somebody from the UK, England or Scotland, wherever, Australia, so that they always would have two different accents. The students would always be able to hear two different accents, and that was like I thought that was really good. Also, it meant that I could get a work permit, because as a non-EU citizen, it was really hard for me to get a work permit in Germany, because you had to prove that you could do a job that non-EU people couldn't do. And for teaching English, that just meant they would hire British people. But because the school had as its policy, they needed a wide variety of accents, that meant that I could get a worker's permit. And I did. And I taught English for 3 years when I lived in Germany, and it was awesome. Sal says, I get people from around here just south of Boston asking where my accent is from. I usually make them play a game and guess. Oh, I bet they guess all sorts of exciting things. American accents are boring because everyone hears them all the time. Well, the Midwestern media accent anyway. Yeah, Krell, that's true. But I imagine like somebody must like it. The one student was mocking the teacher one time. We don't say we are wearing pants. We say we're wearing trousers. Oh, because pants are underwear. But in the US, they're... Oh, I was just thinking about something. I sound base American. I don't sound like Mark Wahlberg. Maybe you should work on sounding like Mark Wahlberg. But always native speakers? I don't know. Not anymore. Some of these assholes in Parliament get their way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There is something else I wanted to tell you all. So I've got this big deadline tonight that I'm going to be working on after a stream today. And then I've got got a bunch of stuff to do that'll sort of take me through Tuesday. But then I'm hoping I can get some stuff done for, some stuff done. I'm hoping I can free up a little bit more time so I can get some reading done. Because I've got some RPG prep that I want to do. And I would like to be able to do that RPG prep. And I'm hoping I can do that this coming week. But midterm time period, all of that. Stuff doing is strictly for Bolton. All right, people. Let's talk. We're going to play Night in the Woods. That's what we're going to do. Because I don't think I have any show and tell. Oh, I don't have show and tell, but I did want to tell you something. So I've been doing Inktober. I've not drawn in so long. Ages and ages. Like my practice, my drawing practice is super bad. And I have been doing Inktober, and I actually have done one little drawing every single day for Inktober, and I've been practicing my banjo regularly. So I'll have another song to play for you all on Saturday, and I feel very proud of myself for actually doing stuff like that. And so I feel like I've been doing really well. Sleep habits have not been great, but I feel like I've been doing pretty good. Atomica says, the thing is, a lot of accents are going away due to mass media. A lot of people listening to everyone is causing a lot of people to homogenize into more matching accents, and that is true. That is true. And I just am like, huh. You know what I mean? Those are my feelings about it. Huh. Ice Bunny says, my Danish teacher at language school said I don't have a German accent in Danish. Due to my teachers have been from the south, my accent is just Jutlandish. When I speak German with a Bavarian accent, a Swabish, sort of like a Swabian Bavarian accent. Bavarian Swabian accent is probably what they'd say, because that's where I learned how to speak it in Augsburg. But I can kind of tone it down if I want to, or tone it up if I want to. But yeah, I tend to speak with a bit of a Bavarian accent. Mm-hmm. Atomica says, we're going to play Night in the Woods. AAK, we're going to start the game and stare at me standing in place while we talk more. I mean, that might also happen. That is very possible. It's a possibility. And Atomica's like, it's not a complaint, it's just an observation. Look, we're gonna get there. You know what I mean? Like we're on our way to the Night in the Woods. I mean, after that last session where we had such an intense moment, it was really good, and I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? Yeah, let's do it. I feel like we can do it. But let's get some sound in. We're gonna do it. What? Now I just feel like there are more things that I want. I've missed you all. Ooh. Ice Bunny says, the most mumbled Danish. In Augsburg, they tend not to speak the worst Bavarian German. Augsburg is the capital of Bayerische Schwaben. So, right, Bavaria is a state in Germany, and each of the states have these little mini states. And Augsburg is and each of these little mini states also has a capital. And Augsburg is the little mini state that Augsburg is part of is called Swabia. But is the Swabia in Bavaria? Then there's another state that is also there's another state that is also Swabia. That's where Stuttgart is. So you've got like big states and little mini understates. Counties, maybe we might call them counties in English, perhaps. So you've got like your state, then you've got your counties, and so there's like a county Swabia within the state of Bavaria, but then there's also the state of Swabia. And in Augsburg, they have their own dialect in Augsburg, and it is a very specific city specific dialect, which is I think pretty cool. And there was a river that ran through it, the Lech, and that used to be the old historical language border. And so if you lived in the city of Augsburg on one side of the Lech, then you would speak more Swabian. If you lived on the other side of the Lech in the city of Augsburg, you'd speak more Bavarian. So way back in the day with old great-grandparents and whatnot, you could tell which side of the city a person lived on just based on whether they spoke more Swabian or more Bavarian, which is pretty awesome. Like, that's pretty awesome. Levi says, we were taught High German. A week after we got to Germany, one of the students said my accent sounded like I was from Mainz, and my teacher still sounded like a newscaster. Yeah, no, and I didn't actually take German lessons. For the most part, I learned German just from speaking to people, which is why I speak the way I do. Toad says, every language teacher I've had say I sound like a native speaker when I talk, and yet I've only recently nailed down an Australian accent. But I have to say, raga draga before starting any sentence. Damn you into Avernus. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, Australian is hard. I don't have Australian yet because their vowels are really hard. They do these things with like triphthongs that like makes their vowels really tricky. Like I just have to I need to like get some like really good cassette tapes and just work on the accents. I've got some, but I don't have all of them. I've got a couple accents, but you know. Schwaben is more understandable than München. But Ice Buddy, make sure you're not thinking about Schwaben from Stuttgart, but Schwaben from Augsburg, because those are different. They're different. Kulan says, if funding turns up, I'm thinking of starting to stream. Ooh. Oh, I'm crossing my fingers for you, Kulan. I'd love to hear what you'd have to say. Levi says, yeah, a month in Germany was equivalent to about 4 years of high school classes, right? I mean, there's no substitute for like being in that place. Well, I mean, there are some substitutes, but I mean, being in the place is such I learned so much German by being in bars and having no idea what people were saying to me, and then just having to pick it up. That's all. Phonetically, it's raga draga, but with an Australian accent. Atomica says, I have slight dysprosody where if I'm talking to someone with an accent, I will try to match it without meaning to. Oh, a lot of people do that. Trooper Embar Garwin says, Trooper is showing his age referring to cassette tapes. Oh, did I? I did. I'm old. Ice Bunny says, my Bavarian relatives are from München, and I need subtitles for them. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about Germany. There are a lot of, and actually not just Germany, but a lot of European countries, is there are a lot of mutually unintelligible dialects of the same language, right? So that people in northern Germany may not understand people from southern Germany at all and would need subtitles for it, and vice versa. And I find that really interesting because that does not, and that was also the same in the UK, where I know people who are from southern England who do not understand Geordies very well. And we don't tend to have that in the US, and I think that's really interesting. Kulan's like, 8 tracks, am I right? Well, 8 tracks are pretty exciting. First off, I didn't admit it, Krellin. I'm not really old. I'm only theoretically old. Or maybe I'm theoretically not old, but I am old. You know, there's some kind of thing. Atomica says, I was working in a kitchen full of Jamaican cooks. After a month, we got a new guy and refused to believe I wasn't from somewhere on the island. That's so awesome, Atomica. Toad says, there's a similar thing when you try and read Old English versus Modern English. What is... Okay, so, yes. We're just gonna see what's going on the computer. I don't think we have anything to say here, because we already spoke to everybody. I mean, it is hard to understand Cajuns, but we don't, like, it's not as prevalent in the US as it is in Europe. Mostly because we're a nation of immigrants, right? So when you think about Augsburg is over 2,000 years old, and there are people who, like, you know, for like over 1,000 years didn't move from one side of the city to the other. So like the sort of the relationship between languages is a little bit different. Like nobody is like, yeah, I'm just saying. Atomic says, Trooper isn't old, he's vintage. Ooh, now I want to wear, ooh, I've got things I want to wear, vintage clothing. That's the French. With Hut und Heft. Oh, Old English is hard. I'm now confessing that I like to watch both the Geordie and the Jersey Shore. You can confess that. Like, there's no judgment from me. Old, Trooper super old. Old, Trooper super old. It is bedtime. Yes. I feel like, am I like super old? I don't know. Maybe. Uh-oh. We're at a place, I think. Levi also, oh, hey, no dreams. I don't know, Krellin. I feel like you're not super old. I feel like if you were super old, you'd be 90. And I just feel like you're not 90. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Aging like wine or aging like milk? Discuss. This is a question. Toad says, suddenly I'm looking for my old English copy of Beowulf to scan the first passage and put it on Discord. Ah, Beowulf. Sal says, I can't find a raw, untranslated manuscript of The Wife of Bath's Tale online as easily as I thought. Oh, yeah, Canterbury Tales. So nice. I did 2 hours digging up a yard on Tuesday and I'm still feeling it. Yeah. Although, in our defense, if I were digging up a yard when I was 20, I would still feel it. Like, I got sore when I was 20. I'm just saying. That's all. The worst part is I'm 37 and considered ancient. Like, 37's not ancient. Oh, Atomica. It was funny to me to see people in their 20s act like we did with 16 or 17. I don't know. When I was a 16 or 17-year-old, I was super boring. I was not. 37 is ancient online, Krellin. That is true. It is really interesting to me to see how age is different online and functions differently. That's very interesting. But also about how visible people are of different ages in different media spheres. Right, that's interesting to me as well. I got sore when I was 20, but not for days at a time. Okay, that's fair, Levi. Let's see what B has to say. Hello, May. Pickaxe. At it. Me. You know the drill. Oh. Hey, kid. Snack falconing. Work. Till I die. Away message. Come pick your fight. Give arrows flight. You mess with me, you mess with all of us. Going to see the Blank Tones next week. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Well, I think Grendel got my Beowulf. Maybe. I'm 37. I checked out TikTok at I feel 37. Levi, you know, I was on TikTok once, but I feel like I'm still 47. I'm 47, everybody. Isn't that crazy? Is that true? What year is it? Yeah, I'm 47. Yes. I'm 32, Toad says, and TikTok makes me feel old. When I was 22, says Atomica, I jumped off a 20-foot ladder, crushing my best friend in a trash can, putting us both through a table onto a mat. Later that day, I was up for anything. Today, I turned the wrong way. My back was sore for an hour. Okay, Atomica, look, you're just dropping some truth bombs. I feel like we're all pointing it out. That's fine. These are true statements. That's fine. It's fine. We're gonna go into town. We're gonna see the people. See what's happening. Jeez. Feels like it's been years since I got back and saw this again. I'm 32. At the Jersey, well, I was aboard too, but I was forced to go to school with kind of trashy people. One of my classmates got herself into the hospital in 8th grade with alcohol poisoning because she stole booze from some dude's boat and he got in trouble for it. Truth bomb, even rubber shatters with age. Oh, so bad. You know, when you've got like clothing, like I have a lot, like I don't go shopping for clothing often, and I tend to wear clothes for decades, and I was busting out some sweatpants and the elastic had died, and I was like, oh, I probably can't wear these sweatpants anymore because the elastic is dead. And like, that makes me sad. That's all. That makes me sad. Levi says, a young guy was making fun of how methodically I get in and out of loaders, which I do several times a day. I do it like that because I didn't used to do it like that. Yeah. With age comes wisdom. Teeth removal. Hey, bird. Things are like really intense right now. Pray to your bird gods for my soul, bird. How are you doing? May, how are you? The craziest thing I did as a youth was staying out at 3 a.m. at some 30-something's house playing Girth with him and his ex-Marine buddies. Krellin. I feel like you and I would have been hanging out as teenagers playing GURPS until 3 in the morning because that's how cool we were. That's all. I just feel like, you know, the coolness of us would be like, did you go out drinking and partying? No, we played GURPS until 3 in the morning. We were so sad, but it was fun and I loved it, so whatever. You could put in a new elastic and save your lucky pants. None of my pants are lucky. I just, like, I don't get attached to my clothes. I'm not like, oh, I love this piece of clothing. I love it so much. It's just that I just don't buy new clothes. We once pulled an all-nighter doing Star Wars D20. Yeah, there's a lot of that in my life. That's all I'm saying. Atomica, I was helping my 80-year-old friend with his scooter this week, and he got all wistful that I was just moving shit around. I reminded him that he's currently cashing checks that I'm currently writing. My time will come. Yes, that is so true, Atomica. Krellin says, we wouldn't be hanging out, Trooper, because you're an entire school ahead of me. Krellin! Why are you telling the truth? That's fine. Also an all-nighter playing a single game of Magic the Gathering. Do you know what I want to do? Like, seriously, people, I'm going to tell you a thing, and it's a true statement about what I want to do in my life. And you're going to be like, whatever. I want to play more war games, like full-on old-school war games, you know, with hex maps and all of that. I also recognize that because I don't play them very often, I'll probably be very bad at them, but I do want to play them. Krellin says, truth bombs are the only bombs I have. Yes. That's because The reason why, Krellin, truth bombs are the only bombs you have is because you quit your job as an international arms dealer and no longer have access to your contacts that give you actual bombs. It's okay, though. Good morning. Hey, Aneo! Aneo! How are you? Welcome in. Yes, Trooper, let's play war games. I want to play war games. Here's the thing. I've got maybe 1 or 2 war games in my game collection, but they're 2-player games, and so you can't play them with a lot of people. I want to play war games. I know I'll be bad at them, but I've always been really fascinated by them, and I want to play them. That's all. I want to play them. Aneo, hello. Aneo's coming up to the Boston area, and we're going to be playing Pathfinder on Saturday. And we're going to sort of play some more Skulls and Shackles. Toad says, people mistake my methodical movement for a lethargic mood instead of a life of great concern for safety. Hey, that's on them. Krellin says, I'd be so much cooler if I really did used to be an international arms dealer. And now you're like in the witness protection program, and you being online is like your only way to contact with the outer world because you're like on the run from like the International Arms Dealing Federation who are out to get you, and like your life is an action movie. But like, what kind of action movie would it be? Okay, imagine this. Your action movie is that you're like played by Liam Neeson, and you're like this international arms dealer who like sits around like on the computer, but not like hacking, like in a movie kind of way, but just like on the computer. I kind of would love that movie. It would be like this kind of arty movie. I think it would be kind of a cool sort of avant-garde art movie where it's like Liam Neeson as an ex-international arms dealer in I See What You Did. And it's just like, Liam Neeson sitting at the computer just typing. Like, that's it, like for 2 hours. I would think it was hilarious. That's all I'm saying. I think it would be hilarious. And Bar Garwin says, next time we're both at, we need to spend a bunch of time playing war games. I would totally do that. I actually applied when I was younger, says I adore board games. Would love to get you in a game of Catan. I've played Catan online, but not offline. And you swing by Brockton and say hi. But the evil me would also like to get Trooper into a game of Cards Against Humanity. I've never played Cards Against Humanity. Krellin on the run. Krellin on the run. Board games aren't war games. This is true. They're right. The account after retiring. I see what you did. I see what you did on the internet. Oh my gosh, that would be so. I see what you did, and then in parentheses on the internet. But Krell says no. But I want Gilbert Godfrey to play me. Maybe we'd have to figure out a way to like do the bait and switch. Kulan says, no Catan for me. My dice rolling is that bad. I always come last, even if I statistically rig the board. Toad says, there's a whole scene where Liam is playing League of Legends, but has to quit his clan before they go pro because of registration. Right! I'm just telling you, Toad, the movie, like it could be amazing. We could LARP war games, wait. Brockton might be difficult since I don't have a car, but let me know if you're in the city sometime next week. Hey, people might meet up and say hi. Risk is not my jam. I would prefer maybe diplomacy over Risk, but I've got Axis and Allies and I've not been able to play it yet, and I really want to play Axis and Allies. That's what I want to do. I want to do it. You get Liam Neeson to read I See What You Did part and then have Gilbert cut in with on the internet. That would be so good. That would be so good. I love that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I want to play Axis and Allies. I have it. I own it. But the problem is that my game nights on Mondays tend to be too large to play Axis and Allies. We tend to have like 7 people, and you can't play that with Axis and Allies, but I want to play it. When I think war games, I think supply chains and hex chits. Me too! That's what I'm thinking about. There's my little sunshine Daisy. Are you feeling any better from the other day? Sleeping a lot, but feeling worse? Okay, well, I'm going to make an appointment with Dr. Hank. Oh, geez, Mom, it's fine. It's very much not fine, hon. I'm an adult. I can make that decision. When you're here, you're still my baby. I hate when parrots say that. And I'm making an appointment. And Bar Garwin says there are Steam versions of some war games. I've got the Ogre Steam version. I've got the Steam version of Ogre, which I need to play more. But yeah, I want to do that. Oh, I think that Access and Allies is in early access, and I'm not certain that it is Mac compatible yet. And I want to play Access and Allies. I feel like if I play it, if there's a Steam version that I can play as a Mac player, I feel like I'll get used to the rules, and then I can like introduce it to everybody, and then we can play. I want to play Access and Allies. That's all. You know, people are weird. Sorry. Ticket to Ride and Lords of Waterdeep get my recommendation. I've played Lords of Waterdeep on my iPad, I think. So here's the thing about people being weird. I saw some people on the internet recently sort of say that if you like to play Nazis in board games, like you're basically a Nazi and there's something wrong with you. And it makes me feel like those people have never played war games. And like, I don't know. I just feel like we need to calm down. That's all. I feel like we need to calm down a little bit. If you play Axis and Allies, it's required that you go Russia Crussia when attacking Germany as Russia. I would do that. Yeah, it's an odd take. We should probably just listen to Taylor Swift. That's what we should do. I grabbed a protein bar. I like a good protein bar. I've got some nice mint chocolate ones. Speaking of which, I should probably have one. My favorite Axis and Allies hack is to have one Axis and one ally power for each player when having two players and split Russia. That way you both win and both lose. Oh, you want proper candy. Oh, but I actually really like protein bars. I think they're tasty. I always get the ones that are like, you know, like I like the ones with peanut butter or with peanut butter taste or mint taste. I like those. It helps keep me from getting too frustrated. Yeah, I need to play Axis and Allies. That's what I want to do. Yeah, covered in chocolate, like bees. And I'm making you an appointment. May, hun, I'm worried about you. I'm okay, Mom. Listen, I keep thinking about the money problems and the house, and I'm just so sorry. We wouldn't be in this situation if I wasn't such a massive screw-up. I just want to fall into a pit and die right now. May, it's okay, really. We'll figure something out. This isn't on you to fix. I'm sorry if I made it seem that way. What's done is done, and we're a family together regardless. Please stop worrying about it. Whatever happens, I love you, and I need you to know that. Oh, whatever happens, I love you, and I need you to know that. You too. The really interesting games of AA are when one of the Axis powers does really well and the other does really poorly, right? That's interesting. Just a pity I can't throw that wide so you can have it. Oh, I would totally eat it. Wrong, Mom, says Krellin. The correct answer to that is May. Falling in a pit and dying wouldn't solve any of our problems. You need to stay here to fix it. Thank you, Krellin. That is a better answer. Yes, but clearly Mom is not a professional. Cyclona says. I mean, someone has to play the Germans, and as far as I know, the plastic cannons didn't commit any atrocities. Fair. In war names, it's never about sides, just the fragility of history. Yeah, but also, I just think playing the Nazis in Africa Corps doesn't make you a Nazi. What makes you a Nazi is being a Nazi. Do you know what I mean? That's like, I feel like that's the difference. And, yeah. But people can be strange. Cyclones that you know of. There are no good guys in Axis and Allies, for the record. Mm-hmm. And no added sugar. It gets worse, no sugar. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue the definitive. Yes, Russia's the closest thing to a good guy. You're still being Stalin. So I just feel like it's a weird take. We're in a moment right now, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable, where people are very, very... like, we've lost a lot of nuance right now, and I think people are feeling so under assault that there's no space for nuance, or they don't feel like they have space for nuance. But nuance is important. Like, there is a difference between a person who doesn't know something and then learns something, and a person who knows and doesn't care. Like, those are two different things. That's all. Well, now I'm really crying. Never grab stuff when checking out. The good guys who wins and writes the history book, says Atomica, and that is sadly true. I know nothing about Axis and Allies other than, like, the name and the things I can infer from the name. Yeah, it's a war game. It's like Risk, I suppose, but more complicated. I think it's a Axis and Allies is in between Risk and a full-on war game. Like, my understanding of it is that it's in between the two. It's more of a board game than a war game, but it's like war game light is what I think. And I think there are up to five players, I think. And you are playing like you are like controlling one of these countries, and you have different win conditions, and you like build up your industry and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, everything is very binary, and there are lots of shades. Yeah, we're a little too bit of a. Yeah, Krellin says we're overdue for a war or epidemic trooper. That's what all this stuff is. Just pin up. Looking for release. Levi says, but there are 7 wars. And it's funny, right? Because there are a lot of wars happening. Levi's true. There are Syria's happening. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Up to 5 because you can have each faction played by one person. Huh. I will say that the world is a lot less hungry for mass war, it seems. There's definitely a lot of conflict, but it's way more peaceful now than it has been historically. That's also true. Except, I suppose, for the Pax Romana, which lasted a long time, right? Snip. Okay, I'm gonna go. You sure you don't want to stay home and rest? Nah, I got stuff to do. What is it you have to do? I don't even know, honestly. Oh, hun. Please take it easy. I will. I love you. I love you too. Oh, May is not doing well. This concerns me. 2 is Axis versus Allies. 3 is Axis versus America, Russia, and UK. 4 splits the Axis, and 5 is everyone's one side. Oh, that's so interesting. I need to play this game. I own it and I want to play it. Why is this my life? Oh, I need... Hey, NRW. I just want a good 4-person group so I can play a lot of these 4 or 5-person group that is consistent, so I can play a bunch of these games that I can't play. Europe hasn't been at war with itself in 70 years. That's cake-worthy. Sure, of course, Russia did just invade the Ukraine and take Crimea. So there's that. And they're in a war right now. Yeah. I don't know if I believe this is a bunch of UGG looking for release. We need a war or commit to let off the steam. I'm not sure if that's just because I don't want to believe that, though. They didn't say I, neither did I. Russia and America are put together because Russia has no industrial base, but it's in the fight immediately while U.S. is a huge industrial base and has to work to get to the front. Oh, that's smart, Krellin. And so I can play Arkham Horror. Yes, Aneo. Yes. Also, Bosnia happened. Yep, that's true. I mean, Crimea did vote to join Russia, but I don't think that was all of the citizens of the Crimea. Like, there was like a bunch of shenanigans there, right? By the way, you can't spend American funds on Russian troops. Oh, that's interesting. I keep the really good prescription headache meds on my nightstand. Or you just spam bombers as America and just bomb the living daylights out of Germany. Which, you know, I can give you half of one. Only half? Honey, you know. Short? Half would be fine. It's fine, Mom. Okay, let me know if I can be of any help. Thanks, Mom. Mom's getting nervous. And Bargar, it sounds like a winning strategy. Kulan says, politics is bad enough right now without continuing it by another means. That's one opinion of Bargarn, but then you see the Pacific to the front to Japan. Way to push pills, Mom. What'd I miss? So, right now, May has just woken up. Mom and May have had a conversation where it is very clear that Mom is concerned about May and has made an appointment for her to see Dr. Hank, or is going to make an appointment for her to see Dr. Hank. But I suspect Dr. Hank must be her psychiatrist, psychologist, but I can't say for certain. But yeah, it's very clear that Mom is worried about May's what looks like depression, but again, right? That's sort of where we're at there, I think. Yeah. And May's clearly not in a good space. Like, she's clearly not in a good space, and I don't know what's gonna happen there. Oh. America's economy is strong enough to hold off Japan while you put the pressure on Germany. Better to finish off one enemy instead of splitting your forces evenly. See, I want to play this game. Oh, God. What do you want? Hello to you too, May. Well, I wanted to let you know we ran a test on that arm you guys found a few days back. Oh, really? Yeah, thought you'd be interested is all. Definitely. Arm belonged to a middle-aged man and medium build, and he was dead when it was removed. Whoa. That means... It doesn't mean anything yet. I just thought you'd like to know. You always liked detective stories when you were a kid. Okay, yeah, thanks. This ghost is seriously messed up. Ghost? Wasn't no ghost involved in this, whatever it was. Yeah, nobody believes me, I get it. Russia has to balance the European and Asian fronts. Japan has to balance land versus sea. Germany's beset on all sides and really sort of needs Africa or a quick victory over Russia to give themselves breathing room. The UK has to balance fighting in Africa and defending the homeland. And the US is just so far away from everything and has to fight the Pacific War against Japan. Well, that's interesting. I think the one I have is Axis and Allies 1942, I think is the one I have. Also, you are all talking about Axis and Allies and I want to play. No, the arm was found in the middle of town, Neo. In the middle of town at the end of the first act. And so intense. Be careful, May. Strange stuff going on. Yeah, you're telling me. Have a nice evening, May. Russia also has a balance having their industrial center so vulnerable if the Germans actually start advancing. We're gonna go across the lines and then jump back. Because I like climbing on the things. Just, you know. No, Russia just needs to protect infantry all the time, just like the real war. Though, throw bodies at the problem. I want to play Axis and Allies with all of you. Well, not everyone, only 4 of you. Because I feel like, you know, it's really fun because I've always been really intrigued by like the puzzle of war games. They've got like such a puzzle to them I find really interesting. But at the same time, I don't always, like I don't get to play them. So I feel like I'll be really bad at them. But I do want to play them. I had the Axis and Allies game released in 2004, a video game. Oh, I talked to my teacher yesterday, and she is a Cali native, and told me that therapy is crazy expensive in the States, so that a lot can't pay for it. And that is true, because we don't have health care in the United States. That is not a thing that we have, right? Like, that's a, you know, we don't have, well, I mean, we have insurance, health insurance, that's paid for by, I mean, we have, if you have a job that gives you health insurance, those are all ifs, then you might have health insurance, but that health insurance very often doesn't have mental health care and and may not have dental or vision. So there's like a lot that we don't have going on in our spaces, is what I'm trying to say. Tanks are a sucker's bet in Garwin. They aren't defensively strong enough. Soy très gent. Russian tanks are so much more efficient, and you can only produce so many units per turn. especially once Russia starts progressing into the wealthier portion of Europe. Oh, there's a whole discussion going on about externalities that I need to be... I want to play. We have the medical industry, industrial industry. So first off, I want Umbar, Garwin, and Krellin to play Axis Analysis with each other. That is what I want. Hey, Selmers. Jeez, May, are you sick? Nah. Just tired. Got a headache. Wow. Why are you out running around? I'll get over it. Yeesh. Take it easy, neighbor. Can do. Want to hear a new poem? In Denmark, it's estimated that 40,000 people have binge eating disorders and 20,000 can't get help because the government is not caring about helping. The United States doesn't tend to believe that the government should help with anything, right? That everyone should do it on their own. There's like a large portion of our country that doesn't think we should even have a government. As Ronald Reagan said, government is not the solution to the problem, government is the problem. There are a lot of people in the US that feel that way and that do not think the government should do things like help people if they are sick, or make sure that we do not put poison in our food, etc. So, you know, Denmark and the United States are super different countries, Ice Bunny. Super different countries. Krellin says, I mean, yeah, sure, produce tanks if you take and hold Eastern Europe, but Germany's already lost at that point. And Bar Garwin says, infantry and artillery are better on defense, agreed, and infantry are good for tanking the damage, especially once you get into some fighters for actually getting defensive kills. All these things I need to know. Toad says, I'd like to play Axis and Allies dressed as Charles de Gaulle. That would be fun. Or water. Or water. Or water, Neo. Or water. But tanks are amazingly mobile, and that is the main strength. Kulon says, that is very disquieting. Yeah, I mean, we are a country that is sort of based on this idea of heroic individualism and radical self-sufficiency. And, like, there are people... I was having a discussion with a libertarian who does not believe there should be public roads or public schools or public anything, actually. He doesn't think there should be any public goods at all. He thinks that if everything were just opened up to the free market, everything would be fine. And I was like, but then you'd have toll roads? And he's like, yeah, there should be toll roads. And it's like, well, how are poor people get to work? And he's like, well, if the toll road is too high, then somebody will build a competing road right next to it with a cheaper toll. And then I was like, and then we're going to destroy the environment? And he's like, well, if people don't want the environment destroyed, then they won't ride on the roads, and the people who made the roads will go out of business. And I was like, I do not see how this is functioning. I don't see how this is a functional ideology. But I know a lot of people who really who are in that space. They don't think there should be police forces or fire departments or public schools or public roads or food and safety inspectors or the Environmental Protection Agency. They also don't think there should be public parks, national parks, or anything at all. Yeah. Krellin says, that's because he's never seen a world without public things. That is true. That is true. Javai says, I find that weird about the USA, how you dislike the government but tend to have an unusually high focus and interest in your leader. At least that's how it looks from the outside. The thing about that, Javai, is that the United States, the difference between the United States and, let's say, something like the United Kingdom, is that in the United Kingdom, they have a figurehead for the state and they have a head of government, like the Queen and the Prime Minister. And, and also in Denmark, they have their queen and all that. Like, and people love their figureheads, but in the United States, our figurehead and our head of government are the same person. So we fixate on our president because our president is both, the queen and also the prime minister. So they do both duties, and so we end up fixating on them because they do both of those things. But people are always free healthcare. Yeah, no, we don't have free healthcare. We do not have free healthcare. People go bankrupt because of healthcare bills all the time. And people don't go to the doctor because they can't afford it. And they die because they can't afford it. It happens all the time. Yep. Kulon's like, that's inherently flawed. I'm not defending the point of view. I'm just telling you that there are people, and not a small number of people who feel that way. And Jared's like, oh man, that libertarian mentality. Yeah, I mean, I don't, Embar Garwin, speaking of Axis and Ally, says, if your UK prioritizes helping Russia get through the German line instead of going for a D-Day type invasion, that tends to be far more winning strategy in my experience. Ania says, just go study Gorgon and other privately built cities and all their problems. Also, half the population hates the figurehead governmental leader. Yes. Krellin notes, I haven't seen a doctor in 15 years, and I know so many people, like yeah. I mean, I just know a lot of people who cannot afford to go to the doctor for checkups or for anything. I suppose I just imagined him in a fancy ball gown. Antarctica says, I see a ton of Americans say poor should die on the internet. There are people, Mr. Game and Frog says, I needed my gallbladder out 5 years ago and I'm still paying for it. Yeah. I know a bunch of people who think that if you're poor, it's because it's your own fault and then you should die. Like, and that's really horrible, but there are people who feel that way and I don't know what's up with them. And also there are a lot of things that are medical things that are not even covered by medical insurance. So if you need them, like, it'll be really expensive because it's not even covered. Even if you, and Dr. B's like, they are sociopaths. Yeah, maybe. It feels like that, but I wonder if they're just, I don't know. Maybe it's because they... Toad says, I call the people who think that you're poor and should die by their rightful name eugenicists. Yeah. They had an economic safety net growing up, so they don't realize not everyone has that option. Yeah. But also I think there might be some kind of desperation. Do you know what I mean? Like that the only way that they can feel good about themselves is by saying that, like, they don't want to face the fact that they got where they got to not just because they were talented or worked hard. Because you know who works hard? Like, wait staff work hard and they're not millionaires, right? So I think maybe there's some kind of guilt about their position, and so they have to sort of justify where they're at over other people by saying that other people just deserve to be there so that they don't have to feel guilty about where they're at, maybe. I'm thinking. Krellin notes about Axis and allies. A UK that's trying to support Russia's offense is ceding Africa to Germany, which gives Germany an industrial base to crush Russia with. Which sounds like the game Axis and allies has got a lot of really good balancing mechanisms in it. Ice Bunny says, I haven't seen a doctor for 70 years because they so fat biased they don't help me. I only get your fat lose weight. But you should find a new doctor, Ice Bunny. Find a different doctor. Also had a small loan of $5 million. Yep. Crohn's like, that's one of the reasons why I haven't seen that one too, Ice Bunny, and the cost. Yeah. Like, there need to be more doctors who are not fat phobic. Cyclonus notes it's also rooted in prosperity gospel. Yeah, like we have an entire religious ideology based around wealth acquisition. It's a Christian thing. It's all like Jesus wants you to be rich. Like it's wild. The United States is wild. They're not all like that, Ice Bunny. Not all doctors are fat phobic. There are also fat doctors who may have internalized fat phobia, but not all doctors are fat phobic, Ice Bunny. Javai. They have been told that they are great until they grow up and find that they're kind of average. So they have to say everyone else is bad so they continue feeling good about themselves. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what's happening, Javai. It's bad. And Bar Garwin about Axis and Allies says, the UK doesn't have enough of a strong force in Africa to really be competitive in Africa, and no production centers in Africa, so they can't easily build up. Also, apart from isolated locations, Africa isn't worth the manpower in terms of economic power. The Middle East, however, so much excitement. Y'all are making me want to play this game so bad. I can't even like open the box and look at it tonight because I've got to work on this fellowship application. I don't think the book said hoarding wealth was a good thing. You'd be surprised how various preachers can twist the words to make it say that if they want it. A lot of people that say, says Sal, poor people deserve to die, have a somewhat immature, childlike view of the world where they believe it's fair. I think that's true. They really think, I think that's true. Also, offshore bombardment is a powerful tool. We're going to hear this poem. Sure. The stars, like lights on cars, drive across the dark and never park. It's true, they are like that. I got one ready for longest night. Oh? Longest night, night so dark, but stars so bright. Nice. Thanks, I'm feeling festive. You notice anything like, you know what's interesting? This place is clearly not a Christian town. They've got, like, maybe it is, but they've got all these really weird saints. Like, it feels vaguely pagan or like syncretic, this place. Krellin says, it's harder to pass a camel through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. Means it's hard, not impossible, for rich people to get into heaven according to these people. Krellin also notes, Germany that allows the UK to keep a battleship deserves to lose. And this is also why they have arm cutter offers, because it's like, you know, they got something going on here. You notice anything like weird around here lately? Weird as in Ghost Man. We're gonna say missing kids. I don't think so. Not recently, at least. That Casey kid last spring. But he weren't a kid no more. Maybe someone else, but from another town? I'm sure I'll remember. You know, I asked that, but didn't expect you to know. I read the paper. Forecast is thinking snow soon. When? Soon. Gonna get cold soon. But if America gets some battleships or research destroyer bombardment, I want to know these things. If those battleships are in the Atlantic, Japan hasn't been doing its job. I really feel like Axis and Allies has got really interesting, like a nice, interesting sort of circle of balance. I have a memory of how certain central religious figure destroyed a market in some place of importance. Can't remember what though. Yeah, it's so unclear what that might have been, Anarch W. Who could? Something about turning over tables. What was it? Javai notes, the Bible says a lot of things, especially you pick and choose things from both the New and the Old Testaments, especially in the stuff with more creative freedom like Psalms or what have you. And this is also true. Kalan says, my weekly food bill is about 5 to 6 pounds. I should feel poor when I do my weekly shopping. Yeah. Embark Garwin notes, of course, it's also really depends on the roles in very essential battles. Yeah. I just don't think people should die because they don't have money. That's all. Ice Bunny says, plus that getting a new doctor costs 200 kroners and the trip to the municipality, where you get shit talked when you say you want a new health card. I got my purse stolen and the nut at the municipality said it could show up. And I was all, what part of stolen do you not get, and now order a new one. Wow. Trooper, I have heard about UBI. I think it's super interesting. I know that Andrew Yang is the person who's most talking about it, but I think he also wants to cut Social Security in order to pay for it. I feel like there should be both Social Security and a UBI. Or like they should not necessarily be conflicting with them. But they're right now, what is it, Stockton, I think? No, he does not want to cut. He does not want to cut it? Oh, that's good. Because that was one of the things I was hearing, but that's, it's good to know that he doesn't. And he was like, wait, we really need UBI. I think Stockton, California is doing an experiment with UBI, which it looks like it's going really well, and I think it's a good idea personally. I think a UBI is a good idea. He talks about having the SSI not stack with the UBI, but SSI is kind of a bad program anyway. The only thing I use my health card for is getting my books from the libraries. Ice Bunny, take care of your health. You live in a country with socialized medicine so that you can go to the doctor, so you should go to the doctor. You should go every year for your checkup at the very least. Getting cold this early this year. Don't bode well. I'm just saying, if you have, all I'm saying, Ice Bunny, is there are a bunch of us in the United States who don't get to go to the doctor at all because we cannot afford it. And so, if you can afford it, you should go to the doctor. I want you, to be healthy and taken care of. SSI is the disability for people who have never worked. It caps out at around $750 a month and has asset caps, so people receiving it can never save more than $2,000. Ooh. And we're gonna go down here and then come back around. Hey! Will tunnel fish be always there? Will tunnel drain, canal be bare? I would miss the tunnel fish. To have them back would be my wish. Are they gonna drain the tunnel or something? No, it's poetry, okay? I'm just making stuff up. Please don't listen. Don't worry, Trooper. I'm a healthy fat one, and I have a horse's health from my gene pool. You know, healthy people can still get stuff going on. You should just make sure you're okay. I'm just saying. Because you have the option, you should take care of yourself. It is true, and I think it's important to note that being overweight does not mean that you are not healthy. There are a lot of very healthy, there are people who are very skinny, and those people are super unhealthy. We're going all the way this way. The thing I heard about that makes it so disabled people pretty much can't marry or live with a partner because they lose what little they get? Oof. A chubby person who has a heart attack is far more likely to survive. Yeah. People who are super, who are underweight are, much less healthy. Hey, Germ. Hey, May. Totally, what's up? Other than the obvious. You seem something too. Do I look any different? To me, you do. Thanks for your attention. No prob. I gotta get home. Where do you live? Across the parking lots up the hill? Back in the woods. Huh. I've never been back there. I have. Yes, you have. See ya. I just want to see where... Oh. And Bar Garwin says, I used to be underweight. That's not an issue anymore. Yeah, being underweight is, it's not good. Yeah. I'm unhealthy. You can actually see my ribs. Ooh, and Art Dovey, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Not that it's easy to get on SSI in the first place. So we need to jump on buildings. That's the Snack Falcon. We are not going to... We're not gonna go in there right now. We're gonna go up to where the church is and see the other parts of town. If my funding turns up, I can spend more on myself. Kulan, I hope you get funding. I really hope you do. Basically, all of our welfare programs have really steep requirements to quality or stupidly long waiting lists. And that's true because of welfare reform that was meant to punish people. We create it and then people feel like, oh, you shouldn't actually have welfare because that's... People... There are a lot of people who are... Yeah. Yeah, Krellin. Yeah, Krellin. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I don't get any benefits because I have too much in savings. We got statues of stern dudes for miles here in Possum Springs. Ugh. Bill Clinton and I are not best friends. I was in the army when he promised to lift the ban on gays in the military and then instead enacted Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And then right after it got enacted, I had friends who got put in prison and a bunch of witch hunts. It was really awful. The DGA asked me to rate our last 4 presidents, and I was like, can I give them all Fs? I couldn't. They wanted me to rank them. The last 4 presidents. Including the first one, including the current one, or not including the current one? The one thing that bugs me is that there are so many health and diet Nazis. I know I insult the Nazis by this. Actually, the Nazis were involved in genocide, so, right? I try not to overuse the word Nazi when we're not actually talking about actual Nazis. What with the genocide. Who unasked tried to pull me into their keto cult. Yeah. I just, I need to spend another $6,000 to qualify. Oof. Okay, Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton. I'm in retirement fund and can't work and can't get donations, otherwise my fund will be cut. Really, NRW? I don't, what are we doing? What are we doing, everybody? I wonder where Bruce has got to. Actually, I know. Really? Yeah, he told me not to tell you yesterday. Tell me what, May? Bruce is going home. What? Yeah, he's going home to his kids. I guess they're all waiting for him. Oh. He seemed pretty happy about it. Okay. Thanks, May. Are you not happy about this? Thanks for letting me know. I feel like his kids are all dead and he's going to go and kill himself. That's all. I feel like this is bad. Do you know? Wasn't Obama not awful, or is that just my limited understanding of what it did? There are differences of opinion on that. Some people like Obama, some people hate Obama, and all the presidents ever. So there are different opinions on that. I hear really dumb things like keto bread, and I'm like, keto doesn't mean low carb. It literally requires no carbs because the only way you activate keto energy structures in our bodies is by having no carbs to turn into, etc. Yes. So there are different opinions on him. There are different opinions on him. Let's see. We'll talk to our mom. And maybe our mom will say something interesting. Maybe we'll learn something new. Nope. Somewhere in the upper half of presidents, but that's not saying much because all our presidents are war criminals. See? I can get mediocres here to a straight bet. Oh no, a lot of people hate Obama. There are people who love Obama, but a lot of people hate Obama. Right? Remember, the entire Republican Party hates Obama. They hate him. They think that he's a secret Muslim who is the worst. I'm just saying. NRW, that's so awful. Yeah, the war criminal stuff is pretty bad. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, there are a bunch of people who really, really don't like Obama. A lot of people. And there are people who are far, far left who don't like him because they think he's not left enough. There are people on the right who don't like him because they think that he's like a communist. Yeah. So like there are a lot of people who, there are a lot of people who do not like Obama. And then Crowell notes, even from the left, there's a lot of criticisms of Obama. Most deportations, drone strikes, executive orders. Yeah, and then of course I know people on the left who are mad he didn't do enough executive orders. I know I have a number of sort of people who are like, yeah, Obama should have done more executive orders, and so they don't like him for that. So yeah, like I know people who are like, yeah, Obama didn't do enough executive orders. He was trying to be too bipartisan, and that's bad. And so like they're just the bank bailout. Yeah, there's just a lot. There are a lot of people who hate him. Like, I will just say it, from all sides. I think one of the differences is that I don't think Democrats like their people, generally speaking. Like the Democrats or the left tends to eat its own. Like, they tend to sort of do circling firing squads. They tend to attack each other far more than they attack the outside, whereas Republicans tend to attack the outside far more than they attack on the inside. And Gervais says, that's fair. Limited understanding and him being compared to the one before and after might have given him a better view than he deserved in my head, if that makes sense. Well, since we govern, that is true. And Gervais, for me, like, Obama is one of my favorite presidents, and I think he's amazing. But I also understand that that a lot of people don't feel that way. So there are people who do like him, but as Krellin notes, since McGovern, the left tends to shoot at each other while the right tends to shoot at the left. And you can see that right now with the ways in which Republicans are defending Trump clearly doing illegal things and admitting to them in public and being like, what? No, he was just joking. What? Yeah. Keto is for kids with epilepsy and other seizure-related illnesses, and the diet is kindly said very sad. And doctors use keto for fast weight loss due to survival operations. And the diet nuts picked it up on it and pester me. Well, tell them to leave you alone, Ice Bunny. Tell them to shut up. Do not listen to them and do not engage with them. Do not talk to them. Didn't Eisenhower have said military-industrial complex was a threat to democratic freedoms? Yes, he did. Well, for a country founded on slavery, genocide, and tax evasion, the U.S. is trying? Yeah. But of course, Kulan, which country was not founded on some problematic stuff? You know what I mean? I.e. everyone and Barack was like, i.e. everyone shoots at the left. Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's been a while since our politicians have actually fired guns at each other, but it has happened. I mean, it has happened. Cullen's like, I didn't say they were trying hard, Krellin. And Krellin's like, oh, okay. I see you couldn't resist coming here. That's God calling you. Oh, geez, I'm betting not. God's patient, hun. Like nature. That is such a creepy statement. I find it comforting. I got this creeping dread thing going on, so just ignore me. Okay, hun. Can I do anything? Not really. I love you. What is it? I don't know. Purposefully committing this scene to memory. This all sounds really bad, everyone. I've got a bad vibe about all this. Taking a brain photo. Yeah, like when I was a kid. Your dad was great with the games to keep you quiet in the car. He sure was. I still do it now. Snap. Got your picture. Snap, snap. Got yours too. I love you, sweetie. You too, Mom. I'm so worn out. Why don't you go take a nap back in the library room? Oh, wow. I haven't been in the library room in years. It doesn't get a lot of use these days. But it's nice and quiet and peaceful. Okay, I might do that. Door back there's unlocked now, so have at it. I'll be out here. Thanks, Mom. No problem, sweetie. We get a new access. Sometimes I worry for you guys. I understand that, Kulan. Norway was founded on them going, hey, Sweden, can we be free now? And Sweden saying, yeah, okay. Maybe. Ice Bunny. And one of the keto crazies said she puts raw egg, butter, and coconut oil in her coffee, and she had to be grossed out by raw egg. Oh, Trooper, they can eat bacon and mayo, Trooper. Bacon if I can't eat bacon and cake. Like, again, don't engage with those people, Ice Bunny. Like, do not engage with those people. It's not worth it. Well, hey, he only knows the Supreme Allied Commander in World War II, so what does he know? Sal says, okay, I disappeared for a minute because Critical Role uploaded their video of Travis going through a haunted house. Ooh, I'll have to watch that. I don't eat bacon every day, but only sometimes. I know, right, Aneo? I'm really worried about May. Yeah, see, Ice Bunny, I'm with Krellin. Diet fatters are not worth listening to. Do not, like, here's the thing. There are people who are going to be haters, right? There are people who are haters and who are, like, going to stress you out. And my advice is do not give them your time and energy. Like, let them do this as long as they are not employing you, as long as, like, you know what I mean? Like, try, like, because if you fixate on them, because they're you're giving them more energy than they're giving you. They're just messing with you, and then you're letting that eat you up on the inside. And it's bad. Diets tend to be like 80% hearsay and rumors, with little logic structure when looked at with any depth, not worth engaging with. Yes. I made fun of her and she didn't get it. I had to pay for this stuff. I wouldn't even make fun of them. They're just really not worth it. You know what I mean? They're just not worth it. But if they're Goku and they need help with the spirit bomb? then you should eat sensu beans, Sal. I'm worried about you all. Like, so Ice Bunny, like, I would just say, do not let these people control your life, is what I would say. You know what I mean? Like, do not, like, to sort of let go. Oh, what's happening? Wait, what's happening? Is that my granddad? All our knowledge of dietary science is based on an observational study, not randomized controlled trials, and as such, the conclusion we draw are very limited. I think this is my granddad. That's true. A catnap, Jer. Oh. Granddad's here with me. Oh. Do I press buttons? Granddad's here. If they can't accept a no, just say you'll look into it later or do it later, leave and just not look into it. Yeah, like avoid these people. Avoid these people. It's like people who want to evangelize. Like I don't feel the need to make fun of people who are evangelizing me or like try to get them back. I just do not have the time for them. Like, walk away. And I certainly, yeah. Oh. That was like a very sort of little moving moment. I wish my dead old cat would come and sit with me when I napped. Krellin. She was all, only ate berries, and I was all, yeah, you don't eat carbs at all. Learn some nutrient basics. I just, you know, for me, it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it to, it's just not worth it. Not worth it. And when I could like sort of let go of my bullies, it was a very good time for me. Which does not mean that I am nice to them or I don't stand up for myself, but it's about like how much mental energy are you giving people who, what did somebody said? Somebody said, if you wouldn't ask someone for advice, don't listen to their criticism. So, and I don't think I'm that far yet. Like I haven't gotten to that level of badassery, but it is a thing to think about. It's much easier to just eat healthier and exercise more often in a way you enjoy. No point going to a gym to run, looking at a wall when you could be walking long distances outside or swimming or something. Unless you like it. Maybe you like it. I don't know. Not eating carbs is a point, Ice Bunny, and the best evidence we have is that you can absolutely survive without carbs, but using it as a weight loss plan is completely unscientific. Keto just doesn't have the dietary range. It doesn't have the range. I love the Foxhole so much. And Lizzo. Well, Lizzo's pretty awesome. That's what I'm going to say. Exercise doesn't help you lose weight. Yeah, I was just reading a paper on that, actually. On balance, increasing exercise only increases how much you eat. The only way to lose weight is to change to a lower calorie diet than you can maintain. Yeah, I was just reading an article all about that, about how exercise does not generally help you lose weight, but exercise is, that is going to come from, a diet that will bring you there. However, people who exercise as well as having that lower calorie diet tend to keep the weight off, but also exercise is just good for your body. So like you don't do the exercise for weight loss, but do it for your body. Berries are full of sugars. That is a carbohydrate. Get away. They be no starch or sucrose. Let's talk to our friend. You okay? Everybody's worried about May. Yeah. I'm like only half here right now. I'm just tired. Are you sick or something? I don't even know anymore. You should get some cold medicine and some crackers and ginger ale and lay in bed and watch bad movies. I feel like that won't fix this one. One time I got pneumonia and I had to go to school anyway. Isn't that contagious or something? I don't know. May, you okay? May! Sorry, spaced out there for a sec. I'm really worried about May. You should, like, see a doctor. I'll get around to it. Thanks. No problem. Alright, well, I'll probably see you later. Probably? Nothing's certain, I guess. This is bad, everyone. Okay. See ya. This is bad. This is not good. What's going on in this game right now is not a good thing. Like, exercise can help an individual lose weight, but every individual varies so much that you cannot draw any generalities from what works for one person. Won't exercise help turn fat into muscles, which makes you lose weight, but still makes you healthier? No. Exercise doesn't turn fat into muscles. Exercise can help you build muscles if that's what you're going for. And the more muscles you have, the more your caloric intake, like the higher your caloric intake. So exercising by itself doesn't actually do anything. Like you could like lift lots of weights and lose no fat. Build lots of muscle, but then lose no fat. So if you build the muscle and you increase your food intake, then you will not lose any fat. So if you work out to increase your muscle mass and then also control your diet, the control of the diet will do it for you. But it's the diet that does it. The only generalized advice that can be given is overall lifestyle changes. Those only work when they're lifestyle changes that the person is comfortable with. Ambar Garwin says, I've been where May is. Kulan's like, oh, too close to home game, too close to home. Thank you, Krone. The basal metabolism rate, your BMR, right? Like you've got a BMR, and there's some really good websites that will help you calculate theoretically what your BMR is, and you can sort of work on it or think about it. That's why I give a shit about what diet nets say, and they lie to themselves. Like ice cream cake is a fruit serving because it's decorated with one berry, plus you hustled 3 hours in the gym and you lost the calories of one coffee with milk. Yeah, I also just don't think about them. And I have one of those bodies that do not gain weight. Metabolism in my body is completely messed up, yeah. More muscle equals higher basal metabolism rate. Higher basal metabolism rate makes you hungrier. That's why those bodybuilder dudes can eat those 3,000 calorie single meals and be fine. But, right, and this is the thing that I think Kralin would say, that if you build all that muscle and then you just eat 5 times more, you're going to gain weight and you're going to gain fat, right? So it's not it's no guarantee. It's no guarantee. No guarantee that it'll work out well. Let's go in here. Huh? You give me all the reasons not to sport. Well, the reason to sport is that it's good for your body in general. Not for weight loss or not weight loss, but it is healthier for you for later. But, you know, if you don't want to work out, don't work out. I take a steroid every day as maintenance for my asthma. If I want to lose weight, I also not need to use my rescue inhaler several times a day. I have to eat a sub 1,200 calorie diet and do several hours of cardio a day, and I can't keep doing both of those things, and I don't care that much that I'm fat. Yeah, right? And that's the thing. For some people, it's just not gonna happen. And also, not everybody has to be skinny, right? Being skinny is not the most important thing ever, right? Walking is good. I love walking. Walking is actually a very good activity. Sport is good for activity and socializing. Football is not good for your body. That is true. I've heard too many horror stories of damaged joints and high trauma injuries. But sporting lets you play basketball, and basketball is great. Antarctica enjoys biking and walking. American football, yes, and Bar Garwin. And there are a lot of things, like some people will dance, right? Some people go out dancing and that is their sport. Some people will go walking. Some people will do yoga. Some people will go climbing or play badminton, or like there are all sorts of things you can do to keep yourself active. I do walk most places in my neighborhood. See? Actual football isn't nearly as bad, though hitting the ball is still pretty damaging, yes. A walk on the beach of your area of choice is good and doesn't have to feel like you're forcing yourself. Hula hoop! Eris! Hi, how are you? Hula hooping is also great exercise. I'm just super bad at hula hooping, and I wish I were better at it. Levi says, I grew up really skinny. Rescue inhalers for asthma are uppers. Since I've got a belly, I've done better at dating. Correlation isn't causation, though. It's totally, that's what it is. Belly equals dating. I grew up really skinny as well. I just think I had this insane metabolism as like a little kid. And I was like, I would fall over sometimes with heavy winds. But it was better when I joined the army and gained some weight, because then I was in a better space physically. Table tennis, like there's a lot, like hula hooping. Eris, by the way, hey, if you all don't know Eris was in the game, my back, Super Duper with me, and she's a hooper, and she sometimes like posts videos of her hooping on Twitter, and they're super cool, and you know, you should like check it out. Dad bod is all the rage with millennials here. Is it? Dad bod and beard with some gray. Maybe, but I don't know how true that is. I've never been on a date, though probably for different reasons. You know, Ambara Garwin, I know a lot of millennials and Gen Zs, or Gen Zs at least, who have never been on dates because they have told me, my college students tell me, that their generation doesn't date, they just hang out and then have sex with each other, but they don't ever actually go on dates. So I wonder how people are defining dates, is a question that I have. Yeah. I don't consider it sport. I consider it getting from A to B. With the new metro, I have to walk a bit longer than when I went to high school. Burger's like, I've never done that either. Which is cool, because like, if you don't want to, then there's no need. I've never had a romantic interaction with anyone. Do you want to, or do you not want to? Because nobody should feel pressured to have romantic interactions with anyone if they don't want to. And I know our society, see, there you go then. I know our society pressures people to be in romance, but like, if you don't want to be in romance, that's totally fine. That's all. I hear that rugby is more damaging than American football. You know, it's interesting, Anarch Dovey. I've never had a romantic interaction with anyone either, romance and sex, and that is also true. Yeah, aromantic people exist. And y'all are cool, my book. Aromantic people, asexual people, all that is fine. I am people like people live your life. See, the thing is, I hear that rugby, this is interesting, I hear that rugby, if played well, is actually less damaging than American football. Because rugby players do not have the helmets and the padding and all that, so they don't hit as hard, and they're a bit more careful with their bodies. But because American football players have all the padding, they just sort of ram each other all the time. And that padding does not stop your brain from being jostled around. So my understanding is that American football is actually more dangerous than rugby because of all the padding. In the same way that boxing with gloves is actually more dangerous than boxing without gloves, because with the gloves on, you stay up longer, right? You get hit in the head, you stay up longer, so you get more head blows, so you just get more brain trauma. And also because you've got the gloves on, you hit harder because your fists are padded, but the head still takes all that, damage. But it's paradoxically better for you to fight without gloves because they won't last that long. Also, Krellin, I'm sending you love right now. I'm sending you love. Era says, I was eating chicken with my hands when your hands were greasy, but I haven't hooped in a while. And Ars is like, I actually believe that is true about safety equipment. Javai says, don't be silly. Everyone needs to have sex with the opposite gender and then never mention it because it is shameful to have sex. But you need to do it for reasons, I guess. Javai. We're just so messed up in our society. Once a hooper, always a hooper. I've had an interesting love life. I feel like it'd be a good memoir. Or at least a one-man show in a smoky cafe bar in Holland. That would be fun. I would do it. Ice Bunny says, but to stay I stopped eating MacD kind of daily. I stopped drinking soda and I'm close to not smoking, so that are things I consider very important. Plus that I don't stress about eating made me lose weight for 19 years now, and that's really good. Like, one should try to live a good life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think, are you living a life that is full of joy? that you are enjoying. If you are living a life that's full of stress, that is less good for you. So if having that, like, I will tell you, I will have a piece of cake. I'm not going to not have a piece of cake. Do I have cake every day? I do not, but I will have a piece of cake and I will not feel guilty about it because having a piece of cake makes me happy. And I feel like you have to do things that make you happy. That's all. It's almost like the British were right for oppressing the Puritans. Levi says, I saw an MMA expert float that idea in reference to the boxing match between the boxer and MMA fighter a couple years ago. Yeah, I saw a really interesting, there's a brain doctor of some sort, a neurologist who I read an article about this neurologist about the dangers of safety equipment and the ways in which not having them sometimes actually makes things safer because things do not drag out as long. But that was interesting. Yeah, my love is definitely a one-man show, if you know what I mean. But I see what you did there on the internet. Share. I'm telling you, the new movie. Yes. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Embara-Garwin, 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 Bo-Bangara-Garwin, Banana Fana Fo Fambara-Garwin, Fee-Fi Mo-Mambara-Garwin, Embara-Garwin. I feel very proud of myself. Thank you for the resub, Embara-Garwin, and I appreciate getting the chance to name game Embara-Garwin because that is not an easy name, but like, you know, I'm working on that one. Like, Embara-Garwin is a long name. It's a long name, but I got it. Embara-Garwin, Embara-Garwin, Bo Bambara-Garwin, Banana Fenifo Fambara-Garwin, Fee-Fi Mo Mambara-Garwin, Embara-Garwin. Sometimes I have to imagine it in my mind so I can get it, but I love it. Yeah, RSC, we like to sing here. That is what we do in the Foxhole. I don't know why the academic Foxhole is a place for singing. I know why. Because I'm a musicologist, and so it's always going to be a place for singing. That's why. On the internet. I saw what you did. On the internet. That's how that goes. Shavai says, I just remembered that Twitch released the founder badges today. Do people have opinions on the founder badges and the concept? I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't have an opinion on it yet. And I feel like I don't think I have an opinion on it. I don't know. Like, how do I feel about it? I don't know. I'm guessing whatever process is responsible badge is a bit busy. I do see your founder badge with us, like I see it. I see it for you, Levi. I got a notification. Okay, so what it means is, yeah. Crowlin says, as a general rule, I'm against all things that promote exclusivity. I think I would not be happy if people who with founders badges got like a special channel or something like that. I wouldn't like that at all. That would make me unhappy. So Aris, what this is that if you are an affiliate, the first 10 subscribers to your channel get this little first badge saying that they're like one of the first 10 is I suppose a thing. And then if you are a partner, the first 25 subscribers to your channel historically get this little badge. I mean, a badge is a minor thing, but exclusivity still bugs me. Yeah, it's a low number because if you were a partner, you'd have more numbers. You know, affiliates don't have a pretty affiliates don't have high numbers. I'm okay with a founder badge in the same way I'm okay with loot boxes. If it's purely cosmetic, whatever. Ice Bunny. At the moment, I hit a rough patch, but in general, I'm very, very happy with my life and on what I do. Plus, I grow more and more confident. But that is scary for some that are more insecure than themselves. But you know what? For those people who are insecure, do not even let them, just let that go. By the way, we're gonna do a giveaway in about like 5 minutes for Nairi Tower of Shirin, the kawaii point and click logic puzzler game. So like in 5 minutes we're gonna do it. So if you just say something in the chat, then you will be eligible, but Nightbot will give it to Krellin. And then we'll see what happens. But yes. There's a reason I turn all my badges off. I feel like having a thing for doing something nice works to negate the nicest you did. I didn't know you could turn off all your badges. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I don't think I dislike them per se, but on the less interested side of things. Not a fan of promoting the whole first idea that first means best, right? Also that it removes custom badges many streamers use. Oh, does it really? Huh. I mean, I think, speaking of which, I really do need to make badges. I need to make badges for you all, like little badges. Right now everybody's got little stars, and I want to figure it out. Badges, I need to make some. I don't like the idea of letting people have things that other people can never have. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. You know, I just don't know. Especially when they're digital things, so there's no reason for scarcity at all. It replaces the sub icon, and imagine you can't select the icon, but you can? Huh. Oh, donut badges. Ger. I think that's a good idea. Donut badges, because then you could have different flavors of donut. Donut badges is great. I like it. I mean, I get what the idea is, right? What really messes with me is digital copies of games cost as much as physical copies. Donut badges. Like plain donut, chocolate frosted donut, chocolate donut with sprinkles, half-eaten chocolate donut. Yeah, Sal, just like that, right? Like you can imagine the plain donut, right? And then yeah. See, I'm just seeing it right now. I'm seeing that. I think that's a great, like, share. This is what I'm thinking. Badges. I like the idea. Your idea is brilliant. I love it. I think one of the reasons, Toad, that if we're talking about RPGs, that digital copies of games costing as much as physical copies, that I think is because the bulk of the cost of an RPG book is not actually in the printing, but in the writing, the art, the layout, the editing, the play testing. So like the bulk of the cost of the game itself are not actually the printing costs, but all the rest of that. So digital versions are still actually still quite pricey. I was reading a thread about this. This came up in the Steve Jackson games when they were talking about, people were asking like, why are your digital RPG books not like $2 or free? And they're like, well, because actually here are the costs, and they sort of broke down the costs for putting together a game, and being digital only does not actually stop the costs of all of the work that go into it. And Sal, you do need to get back into streaming again. Trooper, you may know this one. I'm looking for a feminist theorist who either made up the term queer or was the first to use the term, and her name was Eve something. So first off, she did not make up the term queer, and she was not the first one to use it at all, but the person you're looking for is Eve Sedgwick. And the book you're looking for is Epistemologies of the Closet. She's an important queer theorist. She's not the first one to make it up, and she's not the first to use the term. But that's who you're looking for, Eve Sedgwick. I will type her name in chat for you if I can, which actually I don't think I can. Ooh, what's happening? There we go. Here we go. I will write it down for you. Oh, I don't think Mr. Frog is talking about RPG books. Oh. I was talking console games, but same logic applies. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of, yeah. I figured the first month to the first year would be like a plain cake donut, getting more bites out of it, then do like a maple bar or something. Yeah, Jer, we should talk about this in the Discord because I like it a lot. With video games, what happens is that the price of games haven't changed in 15 years, but the inflation is we no longer get laser boxes. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Oh, thank you, Krellin. Thank you. I know we've got to get May moving, and it's like Eve Sedgwick, and you want epistemologies of the closet. That is the one you want. Whoop. Cursor. No. Cursor, stop being stupid. My cursor's being stupid. Here we go. There we go. That's like saying the second Spider-Man movie. My teacher recommended to look into her literary works for my exam. I didn't know you were working on queer theory at all. I thought you were working on Nolde. Why do you need Sedgwick? Why do you need Sedgwick? My understanding is that you're mostly just dealing with, why do you need Sedgwick? Tell me about that. Why do you need, because I never got the impression that you were dealing with, queer theory or actually a lot of that stuff, that you're dealing with other things instead. You have more classes. What class is this relevant for? What class is this relevant for? I want to know. Why do you need Sedgwick? Salixon's grand overarching theory of queerness, unholy fuck non-queer folk, just like fucking get over it. By the way, we're gonna do our here. Let's do this. We're gonna do our giveaway right now. We're gonna do it. But people just who's our winner? Javai. What? Hey, Javai. First off, I'm very surprised that Krellin isn't the winner, but maybe, Nightbot realized that we were on to them and decided to try to fake us out a little bit. But it probably is a ruse. Nightbot is probably just trying to lull us into a false sense of security. So, Javai, I'm sending you the link right now. And this is for Nairi Tower of Shirin, which is a kawaii point-and-click logic puzzler. And I hope you like it. And where is my cursor? There it is. So I'm using this new trackball. And it's actually from Japan, and it's an Elecom. It's the one that I'm using, and I have it because it's left-handed, and it's the only left-handed thumb trackball that I can find, and it's fine. But sometimes it's just a little bit like I don't think I would do some hardcore Twitch gaming with it because the tracking's a little bit funky. I wonder if I do this. I wonder if that will help at all. Huh. Maybe that's what I all needed to do. Maybe that's all I needed to do. So yeah, maybe all of my... Also, by the way, everybody, you know what didn't happen? I did not get the electrician in. I wonder if the electrician's been sent off to the right place. I don't even know. Nightbot didn't give it to me because I probably would have kept it. See? That's how Nightbot is. Nightbot is like, does Krellin want this one? No game for you, Krellin. But then if Krellin doesn't want it, Nightbot's like, here, do you want it? Here, no, take it. Yeah, Nightbot's that way. That is how Nightbot is. Everybody, before I play again, you're all so wonderful, and I'm glad you're all here. I just want you to know it. That's all. Aurelia Art of the Mouth is a class by our guest teacher, and it's about reinterpreting fairy tales through art. Huh. That's why I only win platformers and fighting games from Nipper. This is probably true. And you're like, why? Why? Huh. Well, the classics of queer theory are Eve Sedgwick, Judith Butler, Michel Foucault. It depends on like whether or not you're actually sort of going into, hey Rissa, whether or not you're like actually wanting to go into queer theory or not. Sal, I also think you're wonderful, and I'm also glad you're here. I am just saying that. Bar Garwin says, Trooper, you are a delight, and every chance to talk to you is always informative, insightful, and inspiring. Thank you, Bar Garwin. Stealth operation successful. Yeah, right, I'm not going to call you out specifically, Sal. I'm not going to say, I think everybody's wonderful, except for Sal. That's all. Rissa, May is in a bad space. May's in a bad space. It must be weird to sleep in this bed every night, alone in the building, except for Telesoft a couple of floors down. Maybe they work there. Just come downstairs in their pajamas? Hey everybody, I just woke up and I live at work. Oh God, this sounds horrible. Like, yeah, May's like not in a good space. She might have always been a bad, but her space seems to be, what's the word? Steamrolling. That's not the right word. You know, it's not steamrolling, not amplifying. It's escalating. Her bad space is escalating. I wonder what's in the fridge. That's a violation of privacy. I could, like, see what's in this dresser. May, is this what it's come to? You're stealing from a stranger's weird apartment? What even are you doing with yourself? They probably don't have anything good, so there's no excuse. Oh, those are all good words. Spiraling, snowballing. There was that one time at the mall with B because May needs B, but May is bad for B. These are all true statements. Cause she's a creeper. That's why, Rissa. There are 1,000 rats and she's a creeper. Maybe's a terribly unhealthy bad ship that we need. It's not so much queer theory, but Eve Sedgwick wrote a literary book where there is one poem or story I can use for reinterpreting The Ugly Duckling. Well, you should then ask your teacher which book she's thinking of. Let's, well, we did that. Let's, keep going. Like, we're just walking around on buildings to see how far we can get. And then we're gonna walk back. Because, you know. Yeah, poor, B. Oh, that's the pickaxe. We could go talk to B. But I think we should talk to, Greg before we talk to B. Hey, Sir Saiyan. You did catch me before the end of stream. We're still here. Yeah, the rats are like all over that building. It is insane. The swan gosling was a baby gay. Let's see. All right, we're going to like, we're good. And growing into a swan was coming out. Oh, hey, it's a video outpost. Also, have they shut down more parts of this town? My legs are still sore from running from that dude. I'm just sore in general, and tired in general. My life doesn't involve a lot of running. I feel like I should have some sort of clever comment to follow that up. You can get back to me. Oh. I feel like there's more investigations. Sir Saiyan. Hey, Sir Saiyan. You can get back to me. Like, everything is shut down. That's all. Work keeps interfering with the stream. That's inappropriate. I think that work should not be doing that. He's not in May's I am list. No, he is actually. He is there. He's the one who was awake because he's gonna go to that concert. What's in the news? Birds flying south early this year. What does that mean? They know something we don't. I would like to... Oh, hey, video store. Why am I climbing on things? I don't even know. But I want to get to a place that I can't. Oop. Hey, here we are. I don't... Because it would be pretty great if you could hit up the IMs at the end of the right now and message him. Oh, that would be really great. I feel like we're missing something, right? I feel like the Ugly Duckling fits well with an interpretation based on trans identity, at least if I recall the story right. What kind of reinterpretation of the story are you doing? Or are you just analyzing how other folks have reinterpreted it, Ice Bunny? I'm like, your life doesn't involve a lot of walking either, Butterball. Well, that's it. Ship it out tomorrow. Can't believe you actually landed the new job. Yep, moving on to better things. Really? The kids excited? Oh yeah, they'll love it. Might take a while. Heh. Well, yep. Maybe just one more, huh? Yeah, one more. Go Smelters! Yep. Dude's losing his best buddy. That's a bummer. By the way, where's that building? Where's that building of ours? You know, there's that building we wanted to hang out in? I know what I'm talking... Like the building with the performance space. I feel like it's up here. Where are all the musicians? The book of Sedgwick is called Fat Art, Thin Art. Oh, interesting. Here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna find the people here. Hey! Hey, look, they're working out together. I feel like this is what we're doing. We're trying to get this band together. Hey! Hey. Hello. You guys gonna play together? Yeah. Thanks for making this happen, kid. I did something good, right? Wow. Huh. What? I just realized that, like, I did something helpful. Like, I came up with a plan and I did something good. Is that strange? I feel like I just stumble into things all the time. Introducing you two is like... I meant to help out two strangers, and I did. And now you're gonna play together. And fall in love. What? No. I'm in a long-term monogamous relationship. I'm not on the market. And my son takes up most of my attention. Oh. Did I make it weird? You made it weird. Very weird. Damn it. Don't worry. Made it weird. Yeah, hey kid, you're interrupting the improv folk jazz session. Buzz off. Huh, this wasn't here before. Yeah, found them backstage. Can't believe they're still intact. Must be 67 years old now. The original Deep Hollow Hollowers. Try saying that 3 times fast. Deep Hollow Hollowers. Deep Hollow Hollowers, Deep Hollow Hollowers. Deep Hollow Hollowers, Deep Hollow Hollowers, Deep Hollow Hollowers. Deep Hollow Hollowers, Deep Hollow Hollowers. Deep Hollow Hollowers. Deep Hollower Hollowers. Right, mate? Thank you, Krillin. This isn't Austin. They should not be keeping it weird. Ahem. Deep Hollow Hollowers. DHH. Who are they? And reinterpreting, I don't know something, what small town buildings can do to you. I thought of one story where the victim makes it and turns into the swan, and one where he doesn't. Hey, back off my city. Jeez, kid, how long have you lived here? My whole life? I'm 20. You look younger. You'll appreciate that later in life. The Deep Holler, God damn it. The DH8s were the premier dance band in Deep Hollow County. This was their club. 4 of them, violin, sax, tuba, accordion. Those are the people from my dream. The violin, the sax, the tuba, and the accordion. The people from my dream, the Deep Hollow Hollowers. We're gonna get the band back together and save the world. Maybe. Polkas, waltzes, old tunes from the hills. 20s through the 40s. Took this town through some hard times. They were on that famous anthology of Appalachian music from the 1960s. Yeah, big piece of local history. What happened to them? What happened to this place? Well, ask what happened to them. What happened to them? If this game is about fighting a tuba, I'm out. There's already a tuba in this game. They play this on the ends of the world and you brought them together. Oh, that was bad. Everybody wants a tuba and the apocalypse is definitely my fault. But they're like, they are ghosts or something weird in my dreams. Oh yeah, weird story there. They got spooky. Or kind of religious? Spooky? Well, that's for the spookiness. Spooky? Yeah, they talked about taking trips out of their bodies, which is happening in our dreams. And they're playing for the ghosts that have been through here. Huh. Do I have to, but I can't kill them because they're already ghosts. Maybe I have to kill these people. Folks thought they were just being weird and poetic, but who knows? They were also getting kind of old. That's weird. In the end, they stopped coming here and started playing out in the woods on these little bandbox thingies they built. Or at least that's what people figured. In November of 49, they found them dead way out there. Died of exposure. Frost froze them to their instruments and had to peel them off the ground. One of their great what the fuck moments in Possum Springs history. Holy crap. How have you not heard this story? No, it's just, nothing. The world is big and weird. After they were gone, this place's days were numbered. And now, for the first time in God knows how long, the Husker Bee Ballroom shall hear music again. And it's a full house. Pigeons appreciate quality. This makes me happy. Save the happiness for when we're good. Yeah, let's get good. This place could use some good. Well, that's one thing about music. It fills empty space. Okay, people, there are weird things happening in this game. That's all. I just have to find 1,000 fucking pensum syllabus BS dumb. It is only done in Denmark thing. I still don't understand that thing of yours. Yeah, when I went to that Denmark webpage, people were like, had other thoughts about the pensum, but Denmark Reddit. The only one way to find out. If May puts a living band together, are they going to be like inhabited by ghosts? Maybe. See, exposure is bad. Never expect exposure as payment. It might kill you. That is true. I need to find the rest of these musicians. I gotta put the band back together. That's how I'll save the world. Maybe. I mean, I'm not 100% certain on that one. But we're gonna try. Right now, we're gonna go and talk to Greg at the Snack Falcon. Save the band leader, save the world. I really enjoyed the first season of Heroes. I thought it was less good when they decided to bring back Sylar. No, there are a bunch of different people on Reddit. Save, end, it's all semantics. I don't know which one. There are a bunch of different folks who had different, it did get really weird. Hey man, I got dragged away by social conversation and got forced to explain hot versus cold society theory. So damn outdated. Hey, man. Hey. How are you holding up? I got a splitting headache. Feel like I've barely slept, even though I've slept a lot. Geez, you okay? I don't know. Can I do anything? Kill me? Wake me up somehow. We're gonna go with that one. J.J. Abrams ruined TV and now he's ruining cinema. Next he'll ruin video games. Ooh. And then he'll ruin music. And then he'll ruin dining. And then he'll ruin... I don't know. I have to think about all the things that J.J. Abrams can ruin. Wake me up somehow. Hey! Whoa. Wake up! Okay, yeah. I'm awake now. So what are you up to today? Just saying hey. You want to check out the Historical Society. I feel like we should hang out with him. Oh God, J.J. Abrams ruins dining, loot box dining. You never know what you'll get. That would be the worst. You sure? You seem like really tired. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna hang out with Greg because we haven't hung out with Greg in a really long time. So, you know, I feel guilty about not hanging out with Greg. The company that owns WizKids bought Loot Crate. Huh. Wake Me Up, When September Ends, Inside. Other musical references I can't think of right now. Is it food poisoning? Sorry we crashed. What does that mean? It's okay. Is your bike okay? Oh, yeah. First, they don't question it because they don't know that you don't do this in the real world. Even most of their teachers not okay. Yeah, I can fix it. I'm handy. It's too bad you didn't get run over. It's too bad you didn't crash into a train. It's too bad your corpse didn't get eaten by scavengers. It's too bad you didn't get eaten by scavengers alive. So that's it, huh? Yep. I've never been out here before. Me either. Looks beautiful. Oh, I thought you had a plan. Who needs a plan? We're just breaking into an old house. Crimes. Yep. It looks kind of, exactly like a haunted house. Yeah. Also, I don't even know why we're hanging out with Greg right now. J.J. Abrams ruins music. Songs never end. The beat never drops. The key never shifts. You're eternally left with the teases of what the drop might be. Ooh. Greg and May have such good chemistry, and they are horrible for each other. They are horrible for each other. They're so bad. By the way, I was supposed to get an electrician to come, and clearly they're not coming. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on. Yeah. We're going to go with, like, the one on the cover of that book, because we know that she liked to read ghost stories. Haunting of Arbor Street. We have an Arbor Street? Yeah. Books spooked me pretty good as a kid. Big evil house. This place looks exactly like it. Well, you're looking for a ghost, right? I think it might be looking for me, actually. Oh, yeah, the other night. Yeah. Well, whoever this is, maybe we'll get some info here. It's not like a person, dude. It's a ghost. I think it's a person. Whatever. Right. Well, let's go find us a ghost. I don't know. I don't even know. Wait. Greg? Hey, where are you? Over here. Ghosts are people too, May. I'm a little worried about this. It might not be a Scooby-Doo villain. That's fair. Also, why are we in the dark? Why is this what's happening? Also, why am I not jumping? Ghosts are ex-people. Ghosts are recovering people? Ah, yeah! Found the basement doors! What? Stop yelling. Why are you talking like that? If you say s instead of s, it's harder for someone, for example, a ghost, to hear that you're speaking. Uh, corporeal challenged. People the Department of Death haven't collected yet. I have no idea what you're saying here. Okay, we're trying to be stealthy, right? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Thank you. I'm not going to do that. Okay. We're fine. Nobody's here. No lights on. Doors are locked. So, how are we doing this? You're going to hold the flashlight while I pick this lock. Oh, you can pick locks. I totally forgot. And the fitting piggy dude, he outed himself by what he said, and I know him from my semester at the history department, and there the teacher bully you as a new student by telling them no matter how good we have been in high school, we are less than intelligent. Huh. Yeah, dude. This is kind of awesome. It sure is. Crimes, dude. Crimes, dude. Oh. Hey, you want to shine that light down here? Cool, thanks. Wait, did you hear that? Oh my God, what was that? I heard something. Nothing? Uh-huh. Hey, more light, please. This is bad, everyone. Look, I'm hearing things. Do you hear them? Look, I'm hearing things out there. What the fuck? Look, be back soon. Don't do anything exciting while I'm gone. I don't know. There might be a ghost here, Rissa. What am I supposed to say? Okay, there's something up there. I told you. All right, let's finish this. Also, watch my back. Basically, do both. Look, it's creepy. I'm listening. I'm sorry. WTF, you're right. I'm sorry, Krellin. Hey, you up there! Okay, it was an owl. Friggin' owl! Are you okay? I think so. That was dangerous. I didn't know owls attacked like that. What was his effing deal? Dude, I don't feel like, I feel like I didn't get Greg murdered by now. I feel like Greg did it all the time. So we're in the basement. What are we actually looking for, by the way? The thing I read said that sometimes when someone stays late, they hear weird things in something called the map room and in some off-limits area. Technically, all of this is an off-limits area right now. True, dude, true. Trooper, stop victim blaming. I suppose that's true. Was the owl sentient? Was the owl a harbinger of the apocalypse? That owl was like a GM device to get the party to go into the basement because they've been arguing about going to the basement for 10 minutes. I feel like Levi has seen RPGs before. Sentient. Ooh. Sapient. Dude, is that like 2 elevators? And not like old ones? Locked too. Jeez. Maybe this place is all elevators. Weird. Why would you have 2? One for the ghosts, one for the normies? Private rooftop ghost party with a ghost pool? I hope you get squished by the elevator. I hope your head gets stuck in the door and gets chopped off. I hope you fall down an elevator shaft. I hope you get trapped in a dark elevator filled with water and an angry shark. Holy crap, dude, that's... Ooh. Private Rooftop Ghost Party is a great band name. Guess you can do that if you get 200 new students each summer, so I don't give less than about his explanation that it's done so the teachers can see if I did my reading homework and whatever he said. Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, you just decided that pensims are dumb no matter what. So, like, I don't feel like there's anything I can say about it. Like, I don't know what I would want to do is I'd want to talk to a teacher who does it and have a discussion with them about what the pedagogy is and why it happens and what's going on with it and if it's government state mandated or what's going on. But I also know that you think there's no point in it, so there's nothing I can do to talk to you about it because you're just like, it's bad, and I'm like, I don't know about it. It seems very strange to me, but I don't know what's going on with it. Sentient means you're capable of sensing and making sense of your environment. Sapient is the word you may be meant. Sentient senses. It's the government demanding it. But the question is why? Like, I have questions. Okay, here we go. Looks pretty empty. And dark. Hey, where's the flashlight? Crap. I left it outside. Dude, you were being attacked by an owl. All right, well, I can see okay. Me too. Let's look around. The make sense of part is why cameras aren't sentient and why rodents mostly aren't either. Sensing and making sense of your environment. Did you hear something? Maybe that was outside. Oh, check it out. Elevator number 3. Looks like it's not locked either. Elevators for miles, dude. Yeah, this is weird. Closed for insurance purposes. I love this music too. Caution, stairs not for climbing. These stairs are original to the house. The elevator for days, bro. And are not functional at this time. What the hell are non-functioning stairs? So, are we just supposed to, like, levitate? Huh. I feel like we should take the stairs. But they won't let us. Dang it. I want to take the stairs. Where are we going? This is mysterious, everybody. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Why do I have to go first? It's your ghost. Okay, fine. It's not even real. What? Dude, Wait. Oh, on that note, Penn Jillette had an expert on Penn Sunday School this week, and they were talking about AIs, and that came up. Elevators are bad enough in a not old haunted house. I know. What the hell was that? I don't know. Is someone here? No. Lights off, doors locked, no cars outside. Okay, so... Do you want to go back? Do you have your knife? No. We'll just say, do you have your knife? Oh, Kulan, go to sleep, sleep well. We're going to be signing off in like 10 or so when we get to a save point. So I will see you maybe on Saturday. If not, Wednesday or next Thursday. Good night, Kulan. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Is the assumption that I'm going to stab someone? Is that the plan now? No, I mean, just in case. I mean, the basement door locked behind us. Oh, right. Crap. Gonna have to find another way out, too. Hold on, let me add to that list. Map room, forbidden zone, find a way out. This is complicated. Crimes! Crimes. We're getting creepy music again. Creepy music, everybody. Let's go in here. It's bad. All this is bad. It's cool. What is all of this? Because free comes with a ton of rules that have nothing to do with logic because you're locked into the material you put on that list. And if there is the newest material published after you turn in, you basically can't use it for your paper and you get a lower grade if you use it. Oh, hey. Possum Massacre. Oh, nice. You remember this, right? Sorta. Really cool, though. Just like the whole strike thing, and how other people joined them. And even when the bosses sent in soldiers, they were like all united and like could not give one shit. Yeah, it's like the best history, dude. Still makes me like proud and angry. Bosses are bad, dude. Bosses are bad. Weird how we're like all supposed to look up to like bosses, just in general, like even bad ones. Yeah, I refuse. Extremely ditto. Okay, well, nothing weird here. Educational even. I feel like we're getting smarter. My brain is too huge as it is, dude. Gonna pop. If that happens, I'm leaving your headless corpse here. They'll be so freaked out in the morning. Nice. Oh, Ronald, I'm going to open this room for the day. Ah! I say, this chap's brain appears to have burst. Bring them up, won't you, Ronald? I like that they are friends, though. I still worry about what's going on. Holy crap, is that elevator number 4? How? Why? Granddad would be complaining about local tax dollars right now. Wait. Ah! That is not cool. Maybe it's like someone left a phone here and that's... Ugh. Probably that. Probably. Crimes. There wasn't a second elevator. So let's go down and then we can maybe go back up afterwards. It's... Ooh. What is this place? Huh. It's an office. This is boring. Anything interesting here? Office supplies. There's a calendar. Looks like covered bridges. The one over there's got famous disasters. That's the cool person's desk. The other person is boring. I wonder if they're friends. I mean, you can work with someone and not be friends. Yeah. Maybe this room isn't so boring after all. No, it definitely is. Okay, we're going up. We're going up. We're going all the way up. Look, more mysterious elevators. You're kidding me. Elevator number 5. Locked. I think this is as high as we're going to get without picking some locks, so... Ah, crap. You're kidding me. Drop the lockpick stuff out back. You're kidding me. Oh, you can totally work with people who aren't friends. I don't tend to think of work colleagues as friends. I don't think that just because you work together, you are friends. You have to, like, actually make an effort to be friends. And I don't always want to be friends with my work colleagues. Not that, like, there's anything wrong with my work colleagues. I like them quite a lot. But, like, my work colleagues and I don't necessarily hang out for dinner. You know what I mean? I was being attacked by an owl. Okay. Sorry. Can you, like, improvise? Need some pliers. And you got a paperclip? No. Who's walking around on Earth today? Who walking around on Earth today is carrying a paperclip? Nobody. So, like, okay, just so I got this straight now. Shoot. Map room, forbidden zone, find a way out, find pliers, find paperclip. I think that's it. This is so stupid. This is like work. This is all work. What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah. Didn't sound like a person. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, well, let's hurry. Yeah, I'm friends with some ex-coworkers, right? Like, that's different. Like, I think sometimes you can be, and like sometimes when they're ex-coworkers, then I become more friendly with them. I don't know. I like to compartmentalize my life a little bit. I don't like all my different zones of my life all clumping together. With my failed paper, it is maybe done with pensum lists in December, but I have at least one of my teachers on my side, should I choose to stay and they let me. Yeah, I feel like these office supplies are where we need to go. But let's check out this room, and then we'll get office supplies. But this is... Ooh. What is this? Oh, hey, it's my neighborhood. Well, we were friends, we were coworkers too, but then I got fired by my sociopathic new manager. Ooh. That sucks, Krellin. Atomica says, I loathe one of my fellow drivers. I find him crude and a hypocritical complainer, but he's a workaholic. He came into work this morning and reported a leg injury he got the day before, made him worried about driving. So I took his route, then checked in on him when I got back. Everyone was confused that I covered him professionally, considering how I feel about him personally. Well, yeah, because that's the thing, Atomica. We're professionals. Like, I don't have to like you to work with you. You know what I mean? Because, like, we're here to do a job. And the highway. No Ham Panther, though. Must be old. Oh, wait. We're in the map room. Well, let's be extra careful. Okay. Crimes. Crimes! There's the graveyard. Oh, you can be slow typing. It's fine. And the building we're in right now. Spooky. Like we're being watched. It's my neighborhood. Wow, there's a tiny you in there, I bet. Whoa, sorry. That made me made me dizzy. I'm dangerous. Good old towny sentry. Town center, the center of our town. I find that some people tend to think of work and careers as fully personal. Same people that most likely think you should work with your hobby, I imagine. Yeah, I just feel like professionalism, that's a thing. Quite. I think that's the old food donkey. And the woods your ghost guy ran into? Yep. He sure gets around for a dead guy. That he does. Uh-oh. Ooh. Be professional, separate work and free time. In the US, at least, we don't have rich social lives outside of work, especially with the decline of church attendance, so our workplaces become our social spaces. That creepy noise again. Like, I really try to separate my work from my social life because... Well, I think for a lot of reasons, actually, but starting from the very beginning when I was in the Army and I had to separate my work from my social life because if people at work found out about my social life, I'd go to prison because it was illegal to be queer when I was in the Army. So I have gotten used to having a very firm line between my social life and my work life. I have never, that is not a thing I've tended to mix, and I still don't. I still don't. I have the opposite, though, says Atomica. People are yelling out there. There's another driver who I'm good friends with at work, but I won't cover his ass anymore since he calls out 2 to 3 times a month and is late almost every day. Doubt it is a USA only thing. I should be better at finding local stuff to do socially. Yeah, I just try to keep this thing separate. In this room. Oh. What is that? Oh. Ah! It's alive! Geez, that thing's ugly. Well, this was the source of the noise, I guess. Well, we all spend so much time at work. It's true. But that's the thing, like, don't hit on people at work. That way lies badness. Don't date people at work. That way also lies badness. Be careful about socializing with people from work. Be careful about that one. Like, it's okay to socialize, I think, as long as you keep them as like work socialization a little bit. You know, but if you being like good friends with your work buddies is like works for you, do it. I tend to have a little bit more of a separation between them. I guess I am more an essay writer that wants to engage people in arts and not bore all Americans with the tiny Friday parties too, I see. I found becoming friends with people from work weird at my old job. Like, there's a hierarchy in roles. Just feels weird bringing that into your free time to me. And also, I was in the Army where you weren't actually allowed to fraternize with people that you worked with, right? You know what I mean? Like, there was like fraternization rules. And so I just have never, it has not been a normalized thing for me to mix work with my private time. That is not a thing that I really ever sort of got used to. Iceman, you may be an essay writer, but if you're in academic classes, you have to learn academic writing as well, right? So you have to learn a variety of writing styles, and that's just like one of those things, right? If you maybe in your like, if I were a professional blogger, I couldn't write my academic papers like blogs because they're a different medium. Krellin, well, I've never been in danger of going to prison for being too friendly with my coworkers. Atomica says, oh, same here. I keep work and social separate, though I'm even very private in my social life. I'm incredibly open here online, and even I think you guys have less than 50% access to me. I understand it. Oh man, broke the don't date at work rule once. Never again, never again. And yeah, the hierarchy thing is weird. I wasn't friendly with managers, and I didn't have subordinates. Levi says, I got into the habit of compartmentalizing pretty young, and I haven't found a reason to stop. Yeah. Drummer Boy, hi Drummer Boy, says, there are days I hate my coworkers and I work alone from home. I adore you, Drummer Boy. Mystery solved. Wait, no. If it was making that noise, that means that someone was in here while we were walking around. Rissa, thanks for the bits. We're going to end soon because I got stuff to do, but you know what that means. Rissa, you know what that means. You know what that means. You know what that means. And as the IT person at this workplace, I had contact with lots of people I didn't work with daily, which also, yes, that's true, right? People that like, I find it's easier, or for me, I feel safer becoming good friends with somebody that I don't work with daily. So for example, if there were a person that's a faculty member on this campus that is not in my department, I will feel more comfortable becoming really good friends with them because we're not dealing with work things at the same, you know what I mean? Like, it's different. That's different. A large part of academic work, I imagine, is being able to write different styles. Yes. And know which one to use at a given time. Yes, that's right. The way that I would write if I were giving an oral presentation is different if I were writing for an article, and which journal I'm submitting that article to means I'm gonna have to write differently. I would write differently if I'm submitting it to our big prestigious journal, the Journal of the American Musicological Society. I would write that differently if I were writing for Women in Music, right? So like for each one, like you want to sort of be able to adapt your writing style a little bit. So for Rissa, Irway and hey the anime, Irway and hey the anime, Iwe at gele at way of way at wakes te ute at gele ang wayo, Irway and hey the anime. Either I skays or ani say, oh me Andy adiation pray, uyare uthre you aste unway on reo. Ewe every eatway ed leons lay, of way ed brayons lay, you te day. And we see the landlord will look at the agger in the eye. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Yeah, that's right. I totally got that. I got it. I finally figured out that one little last detail. Uye are uthre you of you unde asweong reo. That's it, everybody. That's it. I love the spooky dot, Rissa. I love that spooky dot so much. So much. But most of the texts we use as theories are in essay style, and that kind of says a lot about the subject of art. But it's always about what you are what you're being asked to do. Good night, Rissa. I will see you on Sunday for Cthulhu. I might see you on Saturday, but I will see you on Sunday. Sadly, not all academics are good at that. Some are really bad at making it easier to read than an academic paper. This is true. You've got to be able to scale it, right? You've got to be able to do both. Kitten is eating kibble. Got to go and get him real food. Trooper, remember you have things to do. I do. As soon as we get to a stop point, I'm getting out of here. I have to sing along every time phonetically. You do, because singing is good. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's maybe go. Be right. Oh, that's a mega cheer. Like it does something special. What? Oh, I got an emote. Hey, be right. Thanks for the emote. I've got a new emote. And also, I'm gonna tell you something. Have some. Thank you for the bits. I'm gonna tell you. Are you ready? Here we go. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Sorry. Ewe at gale at way of way at te ute at gale young way. Earway and hey, the anime. They I skazer ani say. Oh me Andy adi eshin pray uyare uthre you usne aswayong reo. Ewe every idre edle einsley, of wed bre einsley ute day. And we see the enlay or uplay at the eye in the eye. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Thank you for those bits, Be Right. And also we got like a new emote. That's exciting. I love that. Only writing easy is as bad as only writing heavy, though. That's right. Right? If you only write easy, that's not great. If you only write hard, that's heavy, that's also not great. You need to be able to like get that. You need flexibility. You need to be able to know your audience and be able to pitch to your audience so that you can be effective, because that's the goal, right? The goal of your writing should be to be effective at what you're trying to do. And when you're writing heavy, it should be so that you're being effective at what you're trying to do. And when you're writing easy, you're supposed to be effective at what you're trying to do. And they're not the same thing. I wish I had my cursor, but I don't. Where's cursor? Anyone? Hello? Cursor. There we go. It ain't easy, but it's very important. Yes. But it's like, it's a skill that you have to, I'm going to send these things. But it's a skill that's important. So let's get to a stop point. And bonus points every time you use ontology in a sentence. Yes. No, we have stuff. We have to find stuff. Oh, stuff? Dude, we're going to get tasered or something by a big bulking historical society employee. Whatever. I'm blaming you if this goes bad. Fine. Fine. I'm sorry, dude. Me too. I'd never turn you in. Me either. Crimes. Hey, check it out. Toolbox. Repair guy must have left it for the night halfway through fixing him. And hey, some pliers. I like the RPG emotes too. Oh, we got a stick. Oh, cool. I was thinking we'd never find them and just like starve in here. There'll be people here in the morning. Oh, right. So we need a paperclip. Let's check out the boring office for the boring paperclip. Probably just find like 7 more elevators. I am gonna go soon, but clearly there's just a little bit of, just a little bit more skulking about. I think for me, it is if something like musology is the focus of my writing, and I write a bit dry, but writing about the works of art I want to be more inspiring. Right, but you're working on an academic article at the moment, right? So it's important to know. Oh, I don't have a lot of those. Other people go on weird ghost hunting adventures, and they're looking for like cool shit. Okay, well, yeah, let's find a paperclip. I mean, it's sort of like saying I want to be a journalist, so I don't have to write academic papers. But you do. If you're in an academic program, then you have to write academic papers, right? That's part of how that goes. And I also think that academic writing can also be inspiring. I find quite a bit of academic writing very inspiring. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that one has to sort of learn how to be... I mean, I have given talks that I think have been inspiring, and I hope that when people... Like, and I have read things that have inspired me, so I think one can write inspiringly in an academic setting as well. One has to learn one has to learn skill. Big-ass stapler. Donut wolf receipt. Ride that chariot, Nancy. Picture of a dang hound dog. Picture of some dang kids. One of those little hula girls. Found one. All right, so we got the stuff. Let's get that elevator open and see what's upstairs. Gonna guess like 12 more elevators. I think that there's, I mean, I can find that there's generally a sort of like a pretty heavy, I only got this one. I think I only have one myself. Maybe I have two? Yes. We're gonna go up one more. There's good and bad academic writing. You just need to know how to read them to get the most out of them, and reading them can take some effort, right? It is true. It is true, Javai. Let's, I feel like we should go right now, but let's just get into the elevator. And a ton of the ones from Pride. All right, are we ready to go? Yeah, for sure. Gonna get to work. I'm gonna, like, break out of the county jail someday with these... Am I gonna, like, break out of the county jail someday with these skills? Dude, what are you going to jail for? Probably something like this, honestly. Weird Vector says, I was a women's studies major and some of those essays were rough. Yeah, but it's also Wait. Dude, you need to hurry. What? Someone's coming. They're in the hallway downstairs. Crap, okay, I'll have it done in... Oh God. Oh, this is bad. You know, and the thing is, they're also, it also is practice, in the sense that it's like reading Shakespeare. When you first read Shakespeare, if you're not used to reading Shakespeare is really tough, and you're like, I don't get this. But if you practice and you read Shakespeare a lot, then it becomes actually a lot easier to understand it. All right, oh God, dude, the elevator. Shit, hurry. There, I got it. Go. Okay. Okay. Holy shit, are we in the basement? Oh, okay. Oh, hey, that's where the elevator goes. I know, this music is so good at amplifying tension in Neo. This elevator. Yeah, so this doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe like this elevator is for loading things for the map room, and like they use the other one to avoid the stairs. But even then, dude, none of this makes sense. It doesn't look like whatever that is following us down here. Whatever, not whoever. Whoever. Are you coming around with this ghost thing? Ghosts don't use elevators. Why? So ghosts can walk upstairs or something? But elevators are out of the question? So the question I have is, where does that one go? Okay. Crimes? Weird Vectors. Yeah, by the end I got a better grip on the jargon, but queer theory is still really hard for me to grasp. Oh, they had you reading a lot of queer theory in women's studies? Interesting. Because, you know, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's like, just, sometimes they don't. Okay, just gotta pick this in the dark. Geez, sorry. It's cool, Uh-oh. No. Shit. I'm gonna keep picking. We're not gonna stop because we gotta find out what happens before we don't lose the tension. You see if we can get out through the back. Oh. Stuck. We're so screwed. I'm working. Oh. Elevators use buttons. Ghosts can't touch buttons, so they can't use elevators. Logic, that's fair. Come on. It's locked. Something locked it. Someone. We can go back upstairs? Actually, no. We're just gonna get chased around in a circle by whatever it is. Whoever it is. Dude. And... Got it. We don't know where this is gonna go. Got any better ideas? Dude, clearly I don't. Oh. Elevators are ghost firewalls. Javai is a genius. Wait. Hold on, everybody. This... I need... will somebody quote that? That's a thing we've learned. Luckily, I had a great professor who was so good at translating the jargon to something more accessible. It's true. I transferred from a college that didn't have a women's studies major at all. Oh. Well, I'm glad you got to, like... I've just been asked to do... Everybody, hold on a second. We're gonna go here because I need to get my cursor. Cursor? Cursor? Cursor, cursor, where's the cursor? Because this is a thing we've learned. This is a thing we've learned. I've got to add this to our pile. Add quote. Yeah, no, I am, I was just asked, everybody, I was just asked to be the program director for our Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies program for the interim because their current director is going to go on leave next semester. And so they asked if I would do it, if I would sort of take over the department for the semester. And I think I'm going to say no, because that's a huge amount of work. And I mean, I've been on the board for a long time, but I just don't think it's a good idea. I had one in aesthetics who was the best to explain what the philosophers wanted to say. They have an elevator that goes from the basement to the attic with no stops in between. What in the actual crap? Quick, let's find a way out. I found a window. I think there's a fire escape. Window doesn't open though. Yeah, that's the thing, Aneo. That's why I'm gonna say no. You ate before writing, so no, that's like, it's pretty great. Like, I think I'm gonna just say no to that one. Cause that's like, I don't, like, I think that like later in my career, it'll be fine, but I don't think right now with my schedule, it's a good idea. Javai says, not sure my uni had a women's studies major, but the history department, what was that? But the history department had a few options, at least for gender roles and stuff with other courses. But the quality varied a lot between different courses and stuff, yeah. We got our quote, if you never listen to popular music and only listen to classical music, I'm not surprised you don't know anything. That was me. Oh my God. What is this place? Forbidden Zone. Are they starting like a weird art museum? This is bad art. This is weird. It's art, dude. What the? No, this is familiar. How do I know this? Shit, dude. The elevator. Why do I know this painting? Dude, come on. We know this painting. The elevator's coming back up. It's a float goat. I only listen to the classical music of the future, okay? Jeez. That's different. No, what is that painting? Hurry! Why am I not hurrying? Why am I not hurrying, everybody? Okay. Classical music of the future doesn't even count. Just sprinting. I don't... What? Something's creepy is going on in this town. That was the creeper! That was the creeper, everybody. That was the creeper. That was the creeper! Techno in the care home. I wish they had included more on gender identity in my courses, though. I found that really interesting, especially in creepy... Oh, yeah! And, like, because, of course, how we think of a gender has changed so much over time. Look, it's so different. It's creepy. Greg! Where did you go? The steps just ended. You gotta jump. Ow. This is creepy. You believe me now? I believe we almost got caught by a security guard or something. No, I'm telling you, I can, like, feel it. Okay, fine, ghost security guard. Sorry about all of this. You crashed your bike, got mauled by an owl, broke through a window, and jumped off a fire escape. Nah, dude, wasn't nothing. You're a really good friend, Greg. Psh. Crimes. Uh-oh. Something's wrong. Yeah, May would definitely jump off a cliff if her friends did. Like, what? So also something has happened. This is bad. Ah! But I feel like this is where we stop for the night. This, I think, is where we stop for the night. We don't know where that's going to go, but whatever it is feels to me like a stopping for the night situation. Because I have got 2.5 hours to get a fellowship application done, and a half hour before Critical Role starts, and I should probably eat some food, right? So here's what's up, everybody. You are wonderful. I think you're great. I'm glad you are here. I appreciate it very much. I am gonna go, but I will be back in a half hour to host Critical Role. So if you want to hang out in the chat room, come and hang out with us. We're very friendly. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of work and lurk. I'm gonna eat some food. Everybody, thanks. Everybody, I'm gonna eat. It's gonna be so good, so good. I'll be in here half hour. Saturday, I will be here for Horizon Zero Dawn, and the next Wednesday you can catch me for next Wednesday. Purloin Guild. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you all. I will catch you all on the flip side. Thank you, everybody. I'll be here. Oh, Atomica, go to bed. Do that. We are really, we're the best foxhole to be stuck in. We're the academic foxhole. Good night, everybody. I will see you all on Saturday, and if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you on Saturday. So take care, everybody. I'll catch you on the flip side.